Hello and welcome, traveler. Tonight we have our episode 1 for NearDark Studios Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition. That was really hard not to say V5, just so you know. It's very difficult. This campaign that we are about to embark on will be a long and treacherous one. A persistent campaign that may last close to 2 years. The content that we are about ready to provide you is in the world of Faramir. It is a homebrew world made by myself. And tonight, our players will get to experience it in its fullest for the very first time. So please, come with us as we explore this new world. In the city of Gutterport, here lies riddled with crime, deception, and corruption. Heroes, villains, legends, commoners. Today will be a fateful embrace that will bring unlikely friends or enemies together. Here, we have Jezebel.
Oh no, you're starting with me?
Making your way down to...
Are the mixers on?
They should be on.
Okay, just making sure. I don't see anything. Okay.
Here we see a beautiful wine-skinned tiefling with long white hair, ram-like horns, jaded eyes, dressed rather provocatively. Ooh. But walking with a purpose. Where are you going, Jezebel?
To the pits.
To the pits. Alright. What would you like to do when you get to the pits?
I'm going to try and find the carpenter.
Okay. So you do know that it is just past evening. Sun's about ready to go down. You are within the shelves of Gutterport. You're not unfamiliar to this location. You've been here many times before. Is there any stops along the way that you would like to do? Elizabeth is still with you. You're sure that we are going to be alright going down to the pits?
When you're with me, you're always alright. Alright, Lizzie?
Okay.
I promise. You're going to be just fine.
Do you promise?
A pinky promise.
There's a reason why I couldn't even...
Wait, what?
Well, I may have also sent... you know what? It's not important. I don't
No,
need
it
to concern
is.
you.
It is. Continue what you're going to say. You made me buy you a drink.
Well, I sort of already hired someone to come down here and deal with some of my business, and now I'm just here already, so...
Oh, are you in some sort of trouble or something?
Well, the carpenter and I aren't there... Well, he's been extorting me for quite a lot.
What now?
You... Jezebel, you haven't been back to Gutterport in more than over a year. Why... I mean, do you plan on talking to him about this?
I mean, I wasn't really planning on him the extorting you part. Is that what you're talking about?
Yes, that's what I'm asking
No, that's
you.
not what I'm talking to him about. But I'm just more so interested in you telling me about it. I can't help you there, but I just want to know what's going on.
You know the carpenter has been extorting businesses from, well, pretty much everyone here for protection, safety, and now it's becoming too taxing. You saw my shop when you were there earlier. I have zero business. It's not doing well at all.
Yeah, it seemed a little more lively last time I was here, that's for sure.
You know what? This is putting me in a bad mood.
You want another drink? We can stop real quick.
Nope. The last place we went to was awful. It was
You
awful.
picked it. Oh, the last. Oh.
Yes, the last place. What I
Right.
picked was fantastic. It was pleasant.
Yours was a little dull, in my opinion.
It was pleasant.
I prefer the one I
It was
picked.
pleasant, and it didn't smell like piss or blood.
I didn't pick up either of those smells, but, to each their own, I suppose.
Okay. So, as Elizabeth and Jezebel make their way down to the pits, as night begins to fall, I love how all of you are just looking around to see who's going up next.
I'm looking for the picture.
Did you guys see my character very well?
Oh, I mean, I know.
Oh, yeah.
I wasn't even looking.
Who's next? Who is it?
We find ourselves becoming introduced with someone who has recently just taken on a rather precarious job. After meeting with a unknown to him, a goblin named Cantho. Fuck. Lavende.
Lavende.
Yes. That is my name.
You,
you're a cat person.
I'm not a cat person, sorry.
you are doing what?
I'm currently trying to find my way back to the docks to meet with somebody from Bela, I think is what the little green one said.
Correct. You are on your way to the docks, and it doesn't take you very long before you make your way back out of the shelves. And as you do, why don't you go ahead and describe your character for us here?
So, I don't know if you can see. Oh, yeah, you.
No,
oh,
just-
well,
well.
okay. So he's not feminine. He's just really skinny. There's a reason for that, and we will find that out during the story, I'm sure. Or rather, that's personal to Lavende.
Well, explain how you look.
I'm very skinny, very almost sickly, because I didn't get to eat very well where I was. Almost homeless, very matted hair. Don't dress very heavy. Personal preference because of where I was from.
Okay.
Well, not from, but things happen in life.
Lab, you seem confused.
I'm very confused.
Okay. Could you please give me a perception check?
Sure, why not?
I'm gonna say right now, when we're looking at the silhouettes of our characters, I did not pick that as Chad at all.
I know
very surprised
nobody
right now.
did, and I was laughing the entire time. Hold on, I got to get to it. That is a 21.
A 21.
Yes.
Very well.
Ooh, you know what we should do? Send our pictures of our characters to our messenger so we can actually see better. So I'm gonna do that.
I can see this pretty well.
I can't see shit.
I thought
Or
we
you
were
guys-
supposed to burn that on receiving that.
Or we could just play and just look at them later.
No, I have to know now.
We've been waiting.
I'm waiting for months.
Oven Day. As you make your way out of the shelves, back to the docks, the sun has basically, it's about ready to descend past your point of view out into the ocean.
Mm-hmm.
That quick glimmer of orange and red captures your eye as you see it reflecting like ribbons spreading over the ocean, moving towards you. You see the ribbons begin to rise off the water and crash into the waves like snakes. You see the water begin to jet as what looks like a pod of whales, dolphins, made out of every color of the rainbow, almost prismatic, as they shine you seem like you're moving closer and closer to the ocean. You start to smell that familiar smell of the ocean, fresh bread.
My childhood.
As you place your bare feet onto the docks, feeling the wet, sodden wood, you move closer and closer as that final piece of light disappears. You see the darkness begin to take the sky. And you watch as you become almost aloof, staring at the stars as they begin to rain down around you.
I'm just thinking that it's like being back.
And it stops. Suddenly, you hear the sound of a crashing wave, sound of water begin to rush against the dam, receding down. The spray, you feel cold, you feel damp. Those colors gone, stars are static. Heavy breeze and wind sweeps through the docks. You know that there's been side effects since
Being back.
being back. And with that, we'll move on to our next hero.
It's the final countdown, boys.
Is everything
I'm so excited.
okay?
I have to see your guys' characters.
Making his way to deal with the heroic deed that he was given. Small in stature, but not at heart.
It's got good.
Justin, what is your character's name?
Fallen Wild Heart.
And could you please describe what Fulner looks like?
Well, he's about 4 foot, 4'4", 4'5".
It's very tall for a halfling.
Yeah. Light brown hair. Wears a sleeveless overcoat, about purple, all adorned with purple and gold. And on the back is many different symbols adorn the back of the cloak.
What is Fulner doing?
Falna is heading to the pits to see the carpenter.
To see the carpenter.
See the carpenter.
What would you like to do when you find the carpenter?
Like to talk to him about Elizabeth's death.
Okay, so you want to go and make sure that Elizabeth's debt is taken care of.
Right.
Very well. You had already been given directions where it was, specifically from the goons that tried to give you a hard time that you dealt with earlier. You make your way through the dark alleys, twisting catacomb-like terrain of the shelves within Gutterport. Gutterport being such a large and expansive location. You're finally starting to stop and notice the intricate design at which this has been constructed. Thousands of years this must have taken. You know that currently the year is 5219. Go ahead and give me a... Would you like to give me a roll to remember how old Gutterport is?
Sure. So would that be a history check?
You could use history if you wish.
Or what else would I use? Yeah, we'll do history. Right. Good solid roll for the first roll of the night, right? Yeah.
Second.
3.
Rory?
That's a 3.
Right.
You can't quite recall exactly how old Gutterport is.
You poor bastard.
Some things never change.
Roll a 2.
But you do know it is old. Perhaps that portion during your studies just didn't quite capture your interest. However, nonetheless, you know at one point Gutter Point must have been just a simple dam. But throughout the centuries, the layers stacked on top of each other, the extensions, is not merely just a single dam. It is a dam more than 2 miles inland. It is massive. Probably one of the largest constructions. If there was a 7 wonder of Abendal, this would be one of them. Becomes no surprise to you how people could easily get lost within this labyrinth, this rat maze. Would you please give me a perception check?
It's in the skills, buddy.
That
Yikes.
sucks.
Yikers, buddy.
So I rolled 2, but it's a -1.
So you got
On
one.
perception.
Cookie
Yeah.
is the cursed one.
Holy.
Oh god, I'm sitting next to him.
Oh, just
Wow.
wait. It'll transfer over.
It's fine. It's fine. It's just beginning game jitters. We're fine. We're fine here.
Maybe it's the side of the table.
So you got a -1?
No, technically I got a 1.
Okay, so you got a 1, but it's not a natural one.
Right.
That's fine. Even if it was, their 1s are not automatic failures unless it's a attack
Right.
or a save. Even with the low roll, even with you not being familiar with the area or the surroundings, it would be almost impossible to miss this, for it's one of the only things that seems to be well lit in the area. And you may not want to admit it, but the sign definitely caught your eye. You see a location, a sign that's called the Slippery Maid. You stare at this tavern, possibly bar, maybe a brothel. You're starting to lean maybe towards tavern brothel, because the sign appears to be a stereotypical maiden who has slipped on the floor and has had her dress fall over her head as she planted on the ground, putting a rather provocative image on the board itself. You can hear boisterous laughter, cheering, hollering from inside. You remember being told, before you came here, that the Slippery Maid is where the carpenter stays before the pits.
Right. I'll go inside.
So you're gonna head inside?
Yeah.
Very well, very well. Okay. Once you head inside, the image is reinforced. You can see that there appears to be a large amount of scoundrels, large amount of what you would consider maybe privateers. You actually see in the corner there, it looks like there's a very loud and boisterous red dragonborn. You can see that he's chest wide and abroad, screaming and hollering at the top of his lungs. What looks like maybe his lackeys or goons are around him, idolizing his stories of boastful accomplishment. Take a good look at him, and you can see he's even missing an eye that's been replaced with a red ruby jewel. Everyone in the bar sort of kind of stops and gives you a little pass over, but they quickly return to what they're doing. Could you please give me a perception check?
All right. It's better. 10.
Does that mean?
10. Okay. What are you looking for?
Looking for any, looks like any type of, well, imagine the carpenter probably has a place that he always goes to. So, any place that looks like it's been reserved or
So you're looking like for VIP sections?
right.
Okay. You look around, it definitely looks like there could be a second level to this, an upper tier. You're not positive, but as you are walking around looking for this place is relatively packed. There's a lot of traffic in here. And after wandering the shelves, looking around for maybe 30 minutes, 45 minutes, this is probably the best looking establishment you've seen so far. That is when you come smack face to face. Unfortunately, your face level is around the rear end of most other people. However, you are pleasantly surprised as you turn and you look and realize that you just walked into the back of a rather voluptuous elven woman. You see that she is leaning over the bar. She looks like she's been waiting for a drink as you come, and headfirst, she turns and looks towards you, and she gives you this provocative look up and down.
And I do the same.
That's you.
I'm sorry, what?
Oh my.
Hey, you didn't see that coming?
No.
Phrasing. Cool.
You're rather the perfect height. Can you buy me a drink, you strapping young halfling?
I sure could.
Kaz, could you please describe your character?
Well, I have rather perfect skin this side of Gutterport. Purple eyes. Long white hair. And, well, wearing the most appropriate clothing to show off my fine physique.
Oh, so there's no boobies.
And again, it's Kaz. It's short, sweet, and you can say it over and over without running out of breath.
Alright, Kaz. Sorry for running into your ass.
Oh, that's fine. We might have to do that a couple times tonight, depending on, well, what kind of drink you get me.
Right, I go up to barkeep.
All right. You want to approach the bartender? You get to climb up.
Yeah.
Okay. You go ahead and hop up onto the stool, make your way over the counter. You notice that the barkeep looks like he's a middle-aged man. He's a shaved head, large handlebar-like mustache.
Fine gentlemen, can I get my my lady friend over here a drink?
What are you drinking, miss?
Oh, tell me, what's the most expensive drink you have here?
Yes. What is the most expensive drink you have?
You know what? I can't deny what a man's heart wants.
Right.
I'll be on the house for you.
Thanks, mate.
As he turns around, he moves to the back, leaves the floor as he returns from the storeroom with a rather large red bottle as he pours what looks or smells like extremely fine brandy.
Well, Cass, name is Fallno Wildheart.
Fauno. You look like a rather capable halfling. What brings you to this side of Gutherport?
I'm actually here to see the carpenter.
Oh.
Do you know of him?
Well, I do know of him. Been around for quite some time. So you looking to work some wood? Is that what you're looking for?
Well, maybe not exactly like that, but do need to see and talk to him.
I started playing with his hair.
Okay.
Oh, well, what if I could say I could get you an audience with a carpenter?
I say I definitely came to the right place.
Indeed you have. So,
Maybe after I'm done talking to him, maybe you and I could have a more intimate discussion.
oh my, of course. You can just say it's, thank you for the drink.
Oh, you're most welcome.
That's
Okay.
it. a sip of the wine
Cost me quite a bit.
or the brandy.
They were standing right there.
I know.
Okay.
I did that. I said that on purpose.
Okay. All right. Meanwhile, Carl. People may know what you're playing now.
Everybody thought it was me, but that's not me.
What's wrong?
You
Joke's
are
on
on
me.
your way. Where?
I'm heading to the carpenter.
That's right. And you were told that the carpenter is.
He might know where the stolen prophecy of Tempest might be at.
Correct. Why don't you go ahead and describe your character for us?
I'm a half-orc. A large half-orc, but a small orc. I have a rather large great axe. And I am dressed rather minimalistically.
You're very comfortable.
I'm very comfortable.
Okay. And where were you heading to, quote unquote, find this carpenter?
Down to the pits.
Pits, correct.
Pits.
You were told that the carpenter has fights tonight.
Yes.
Fortunately for you, you have been traveling there since you left the Three Nails Tavern
Right.
with Thundle,
Right.
the bugbear, who's still wheeling the cart filled with the 3 bodies that you slayed in the tavern.
I'm sorry.
That's right.
You actually see a large amount of blood pooling on the bed of the wagon as it's spilling out onto the streets. After the wagon rocks up and down the alleyways, hitting a few bumps here and there, you actually see that the one individual's torso finally splits in two and slides off onto the alley street. Tundle doesn't matter, though. Tundle, go forward.
Well, I'm here to follow Trundle.
Tundle.
Tundle.
You make your way, twisting and turning. Would you please give me an insight check?
"24.
24. You do a very good job of keeping a mental note on where you're at.
I've been doing that a lot down here.
Maybe it has something to do with your orc ancestry. Maybe it has something to do with your ability to survive. Regardless, you keep your boots on the ground. You keep your head on tight. You follow Tundle all the way down to what looks like a large, maybe possibly an old coal mine chute. Before he stops, he opens it. You watch as he starts, one by one, picking up the corpses that you so readily supplied and begin dumping them down. You hear a long and distant sound as the bodies bounce off of the internal tubes, shafts of this, before you hear a loud splash.
Tundle. What is at the bottom of this pit?
Lockbox!
What is the lockbox?
No go lockbox. Lockbox bad place.
I'll keep that in mind.
As Tundle takes the cart, picks it up.
I go back to Three Nails.
Where do I find the pits?
He points. You see a set of stairs.
Bottom of stairs. Big pit. Many fights. Tund'll be there tonight.
Well, I hope to see you there then.
He turns and begins walking back the way you guys came.
I head down the stairs then.
As you head down the stairs, you immediately recognize what you were looking at. You've seen this in Edros. It looks like a fighting pit. This looks like a makeshift coliseum. The Colosseum itself appears to have been made out of old boat parts, dismantled from either years of service or damage. Either way, you can see sterns amassed within the center of this large sand pit. The side, starboard, and bows of the ship seem to be layering the walls, creating this dome-like arena. You see seats that have been crafted all around this arena in a complete 360. You don't see anyone here. However, you do notice that there appears to be two men down in the pit currently conversing with each other.
Is there a way for me to get down there?
Yeah, if you head to the bottom of the stairs, you'd be at a platform level where the seats are at, and then you would just either have to hop the fence or break a gate to get through.
And there's nothing else down here. Like, the pits is literally just a fighting arena.
Yeah, it looks like it's just a fighting arena.
Alright. Well, then I will go down there and jump the fence. You said there's a fence?
Yeah, there's what looks like a large gate that's around the blocking the arena from the seating. Mm-hmm. It's not hard to jump. The gate is only maybe about waist high for you.
All right, then yes, I'm going to go over the gate.
All right. As you head over the gate, you notice the two individuals that are standing in the pit itself. They stop and they immediately notice you doing this. You hear a, "Hey, what do you think you're doing?"
I'm looking for the carpenter. Do you know where the carpenter is?
Well, you bloody found him. This is my pit. Who the fuck are you?
I'm Small Ross. I have business with you.
Business, you say?
Yes.
Oh, alright. I'll listen to what you have, you tusker.
I'm looking for a prophecy. Do you know where I may acquire that? Tempest.
You notice he turns his head and looks over towards the other individual that he's standing with. He mutters some words and waves him off before he starts making his way over towards you. As he approaches, you're getting a better look at him. Where you were standing, you were mainly yelling at each other.
Right, yeah, I figured.
As he approaches, he starts to make his way over to the walls of the arena. You see a rather stout, well-built dwarf, long orange, bright orange hair. Cul-de-sac, though. It looks like he only has hair on the back of his head still. This is all gone. This has been either through a hair loss or he shaves it. Either way, it's bald.
Right.
Beard all the way down to his knees. But the one thing you do notice is he's shirtless, covered in ink. Tattoos from neck to belly button.
Do any of them look like I would know what they are, like religious or...
Give me a... If you want to look for religious, give me a religion roll.
$17?
17. Okay. You do recognize one of them. However, it's not a deity that you're very familiar with. You're just aware of it simply because you've been around other religious individuals. You know this as a Anvil of Moradin. It's a very well practiced, very common dwarven deity. If you could, even though you don't know much about dwarven culture, you would claim that this would be the All-Father of dwarvens.
Alright, so now that we're not screaming at each other from across the room, you have business for me. What do you have for me?
I heard you may be able to help me acquire this prophecy.
Alright, you're gonna have to give me a little bit more than a prophecy.
I heard bandits have stolen a prophecy from a temple of Tempest. I'm looking to acquire them.
You sound lost and confused, Boyle.
I heard you were someone who could help me acquire them. You would know of any trading.
You don't know who stole it. You don't know what they really stole. And you don't know where they're at.
Are you the carpenter that everyone tells me knows everything that goes through here?
I do, but I haven't heard of anything about the prophecy.
You haven't heard of anything of the prophecy?
No.
Do you know who would have information about that? Other than yourself?
Where was this taken from?
A temple of Tempest.
Where?
On islands that we passed through on our way here.
So from the Strand.
That would be correct.
They're the only islands near Gutterport, so I would assume you're talking about the Strands.
Then that is the islands I am speaking of.
Okay. I'll tell you what. I'll put some feelers out for you. See if I hear anybody talking about doing a job. Stealing a prophecy. You wouldn't happen to know what this prophecy is, do you? Like,
I'm limited on the information I have acquired about.
Is it a cup? Is it like, what is it?
It's paper.
It's paper.
Yes, it was written on paper.
So a book. You're looking for a book.
No. Like a big page
A map.
of words.
Alright. Okay. I think you have given me enough information now. I will try to adequately find your big piece of paper with words.
Of Tempest's prophecy.
Tempest.
Yes.
So it has something to do with Tempest.
Yes. I believe the chosen one
The chosen one.
of Tempest.
Oh boy, alright. This sounds, Okay, tell you what. I need to get ready for my fights tonight. Why don't you hang around here? Alright, have a seat, enjoy the fights. Or hell, you look strong enough. Do you want to fight? Get in the ring yourself.
I'm a busy man. I don't have time to.
Well, you're not a man. You're an orc.
It's a figure of speech.
An incorrect one, but yeah.
I shall enjoy from the audience then.
Suit yourself.
And he turns, walks away.
Now,
Back to Jezebel. You have made yourself down to the pits. You remember where they were last time you were here. It was relatively not too hard to find. Gutterport is confusing. The subterranean layout is can be mind-boggling, but you know, because of your unique abilities, you're able to see certain patterns that other people miss. You're able to see certain codes that make this place a little easier to navigate. Elizabeth, seeming lost and confused, follows you all the way down before you find yourself at the very same arena that I described to Smalvaras. Okay, so is this pits you're talking about?
Yep, these will be the pits. What do you think?
It looks just as bad as everything else down here.
Well, it can't be that much worse than where we were just at, right?
I mean, I suppose, alright?
It gets pretty lively down here when the fights start going on, so, I mean, we can stick around, have a few, watch a couple fights.
All right. You can tell that as you've arrived, more people are starting to follow in behind you. There was a few people already sitting there when you arrived. It's still relatively sparse within the arena, but it's starting to fill up.
All right. So, whereabouts here do I look around and see anywhere I can get a drink?
You do know that once it gets more started up, there will be a mead wagon that essentially moves around the area.
Can't wait that long. I'm gonna reach down into my boot and pull out a flask.
Okay.
Alright, there's no one here serving yet, so you can have some of my personal stash, because I like you. Just one sip, though, that's all you get.
All right.
Limited.
Okay. Oh, that's terrible.
I'm sorry.
Oh, sorry. That's just...
It's rum.
Whew. Yeah, I'm usually used to wine.
Did you like the grog that we had either?
No, that was...
You don't like grog?
tasted like flat-boiled boot.
How are we friends again?
We're not. We're
friends.
business acquaintances.
You don't want to be my friend?
I
thought we were friends. I've been taking you around on a tour of your own hometown. You don't even know anything about this place, apparently.
Okay. Well, maybe if we get to know each other more, we can be friends. You do seem like a rather interesting person.
You only want me for my business.
Well,
Don't worry about it. I'm just gonna keep this for myself now. I'm gonna start looking around. I want to try to figure out if there's an area where the carpenter might be, or if I can see him at all.
okay. From where you're at right now, go ahead and give me a perception check.
Oh my god!
Wow.
Really?
She beat you out, buddy.
Yeah.
That is a natural one.
All right.
Straight up one.
No. There's too many people in here. It's been you've actually never met the carpenter. He's new since you've basically been back to Gutterport. Mm-hmm. You're not quite sure what or even if it's a he.
Lizzie,
Yes.
you said you've been having some run-ins with the carpenter, right?
Well, yeah, his men.
So you haven't met him or her, them.
Oh, it's a he. He's a dwarf, I know that, but I don't know what he looks like.
Right. Never seen him.
I would imagine he's
So
probably scary.
What do his goons look like? They have like colors or something they like to wear.
Yeah, bandanas, blue and white striped.
Blue and white. All right, I'm gonna start looking around.
It's this whole place
Bunch.
is blue and white.
All
Yeah,
right, I'm gonna go up to one. Like how many? A lot.
a lot, like a lot.
Okay, I'll approach one.
Almost like you're in their territory.
All right. You stay right there. I'll be right back.
Oh, all right. She immediately starts looking nervous the moment you walk away.
All right, I'm gonna approach the closest one.
You notice he's sitting there talking to him.
And then she tries to tell me that I'm not gonna get anything until I take
Excuse
that
me.
leap.
Hello.
Oh.
Hi
Well, what can I help you
there,
with?
Handsome. I have a question for you.
Now, what's your question?
I'm looking to speak with your boss. I have a proposition for him. How would I go about doing that around here?
Oh, you want to speak to the boss? Well, it's awful, he's an awful important guy.
Sounds like it.
Yeah. I don't know, maybe, what can you do for us? We could probably get you a meeting with him.
What are you in need of?
What do you have? Or I should say, what are you offering?
Well, it's hard for me to offer something and I don't know what you're looking for.
They both sort of look at each other.
I don't see any colors on you. What gang are you with?
Oh, I'm not with the gang. I'm actually not from the area. I'm just visiting, passing by.
Oh, it's just a little thing like you, just down here all by yourself.
Yep. All
Really
by myself,
now?
and I'm terrified. So if I could get this all sorted out real quick with no trouble, that'd be great.
Sure.
Okay. He reaches out and snatches your arm by the wrist.
All right.
Does a 7 beat your AC? Or actually, could you give me an athletics check, please?
Gonna be rough, I guess. How? Wait, what? How? I'm using you. Fuck you. 7.
Okay. I'm going to give the tie to you.
Okay.
So you're able to feel his hand tighten around your wrist, but you're able to break free.
Well, that was quite rude. You usually start
Well, if
propositions
you're
that
here
way.
all down by yourself, then maybe you need a little bit of protection.
Alright, am I offering you something or are you offering me something? Because I'm confused now. What's happening here?
You notice that the 2 individuals sort of look at you, and then they just turn around and start walking away. They don't say anything.
I'm following them.
Oh, you're going to follow them?
Yeah.
Okay. You end up following them as they leave the Colosseum. They make their way off into a twisting, dark alley. Do you still follow?
Yeah.
Okay. As you do, you notice that they have stopped in the alley. They turn and look towards you.
Oh, look, this pretty little thing decided to come and have some fun with us.
You notice that they pull their weapons.
Okay. Right, so I'm gonna put my flask away. That's probably not the route we're going. Alright,
He
so
looks-
are we fighting now?
Looks over towards the other one.
How much do you think a tiefling goes for on market?
Oh, I'm sorry. Excuse me.
Roll initiative.
Oh, snap.
Dude, what in the fuck? You touched my dice.
Not lately.
Don't let him touch your dice.
Not lately.
I
It's not very good. It's not very good at all.
So, 4.
All right.
It's just initiative. I mean,
So you're going last.
Jesus fucking... I blame you. We're rolling shitty already.
So the 2 of them move towards you. One of them is brandishing what looks like a short sword. The other one has a dagger in his hand.
Alright.
First one's going to come up and he swings on you. That is going to be a 12 to hit.
The chasey.
Where's your AC? 12.
That's-
Yeah, it's 12.
Okay. Doesn't beat it, so.
Okay.
Next one is a... Next one's a 5. So both of them move towards you. As they swing towards you, you duck below the first one as the swing goes wide. The next one tries to go right for your stomach with his dagger strike. You back up and move away from that as well. So now your turn.
Alright, boys, you sure you want to do it this way? You really don't have to. This is very unnecessary.
They do not respond. They
Okay.
are trying to kidnap you.
With their daggers.
Kidnap
Yeah,
your
they're trying
soul.
to kill and kidnap me or just kidnap me? I'm confused.
It's trying to kidnap your soul.
Okay. So I will use my rapier to attack the one nearest to me.
Okay. Both
No,
of them are within striking
I
distance.
mean, I might transfer it. Okay. Oh, wow.
There you go.
So adding what to that to hit?
That would be your weapon.
Oh, there's a little button there. Wow.
this might
I
be
believe it's under action.
this might be Jada's first
Maybe-
physical
maybe-
character too, is it?
Well, she rolled a 17 base.
Yeah, you hit.
Yeah.
Roll damage.
So
Okay,
it's
so
2,
it's
1d8
plus 2. Should I use mine? That's the question. 7,
So 9.
9.
Okay, 9 damage. With your rapier, as you move, you quickly bring it across the chest of one of the individuals. You slash it deep. You see it tear through his shirt, his skin splits. As he hits the ground from it, you see him immediately let out a shrieking cry. He turns onto his belly and he looks like he's already starting to flee. The other one is still engaged in you.
Okay.
Alright, so he's going to swing on you again with his dagger.
Alright.
That is going to be a 16.
That's a hit.
Okay. Alright, so that's 1 point of damage.
Okay.
With his dagger, he moves forward you, or towards you. As he goes to swing, You miss the blade, but he takes the pummel and slams it against your arm, knocking your hand off knocking your hand back. You're still holding your rapier.
Okay, I was gonna be like, God damn it. Alright, so I'm going to attack him as well.
Sorry.
I'm not using this one, I'm gonna use triads.
Is the
I
music
figured.
turned really far down?
Yeah, because the last soundtrack was really loud.
Here you go. This is yours. That's what you got to it.
Gotcha, thank you.
Don't know how you missed. So, 20.
20 works for me.
20. Okay.
So, D8 plus 2.
Definitely know a 20 hits.
7, 8, 9 again.
9 on him. Okay. This one, you
you.
take the sword and you actually pierce directly through chest cavity. You feel it hit something solid before you pull the weapon back out. You see both as the other individual is turning and running. This one turns and you see both of them start to bolt as they flee. Do you want to pursue?
No.
Okay. You essentially hear both of them running into the darkness. One of them is, you can audibly hear him crying.
Good. Alright, I'm gonna head back and make sure Lizzie is still there.
All right. As you head back, yeah, Lizzie is still there. She's looking around for you. As you approach, where did you go?
I thought I found a lead, but it didn't turn out the way I wanted it to.
All right.
So, are you... You alright?
Yes, I'm fine. Everyone
You
just
look
keeps
terrified.
looking at me weird.
Alright. You want me to take you home?
I mean, no, we're already down here.
I mean, I was going to after this. Because my original plan was to stick around for a while after, but I can take you home immediately after.
all right. Just, I feel like as long as I'm with you, we should be fine, right?
Oh, you'll be totally fine.
All right. Meanwhile, Lavender.
Yes. Such an exotic name.
It very much is.
Yeah, I'm not writing down names until I meet you.
Down on the docks. Standing there. Feels like
Too long.
too long. Before, give me a perception check. Actually, give me an insight check.
Insect. Okay. Ooh. Oh, wow. That's a 10. That's a 10.
That's a 10. Okay. With that roll, and your experience in survival, normally you probably wouldn't notice this. You're not too familiar with these large cities.
Yes. It's still very...
However, you do see similarities sometimes. This is one of those moments where something strikes a chord with you that puts you on edge. You look around. You realize that you haven't seen any sailors. You've stopped hearing ship bells. You don't see traffic. You don't see movement. In the wild, when prey stop moving, a predator is near. You feel like everything around you has stopped moving. That is when you hear the sound of the water beginning to break. You hear wood connect to the dock.
Going to turn and look.
You look and you see a physical specimen crawl off this small dinghy of a boat. Hidden in the darkness, you see that the individual was laying down as the boat came to dock, unveiling himself from a black cloth. He climbs up onto the dock. His character seems like he's standing almost well over 6'5". See large tiefling horns rising up in front of his head, off the ridges of his brow. You can see that his chin is chiseled down to a goatee. His skin is crimson red. He approaches you. You are the only person standing on this dock right now.
I'm going to start backing up. Slowly.
As he approaches, you see him take that black cloth and wrap it around his head and pull a hood up.
You there?
Me?
Are you my contact?
Do you know the green one?
I was told I would meet someone here tonight.
Then I guess it's me. I'm like, keep moving back.
Alright. We must hurry. I'm being followed.
If that is the case, then we need to go now. I know what it feels like.
You notice that he stops. His head turns. You see his ear within the robe start to twitch as you see him turn and grab his weapon. As it materializes within his hand, you watch out of nowhere this individual comes flying out, aerial style, down towards this tiefling. As the individual comes down, crashing into the tiefling, you see another blade materialize in the individual's hand as it comes crashing into his. As the two blades meet, you hear what sounds like the retching and screeching of wails begin to reverberate throughout the docks. The two end up engaging in battle. Please give me another perception check.
I believe that is not very high, but I got to check just to make sure. 9 for the perception.
9.
9.
Okay. It's hard for you to get a good look at this individual that has just attacked this man.
Mm-hmm.
Are you engaging?
I'm gonna look around first, and then pull out my short bow and just. I guess it would be this way, but you know.
Who are you firing at?
The guy who's not my contact.
Okay, go ahead and roll against him. Actually, roll initiative first.
Oh, okay, cool. My initiative is 21.
21? All right, so you go ahead and roll first.
Oh, that is a 7.
That's a 7?
Hit.
Okay. You bring your bow back. You let one release from the string. It whizzes. You actually hear it as it right into the water behind him. The two
Rusty.
continue their engagement. That is when you see the individual bring his weapon up. This unknown person slice through what looks like a satchel on the side of your contact. You watch as the satchel breaks and hits the dock. In there, you see what looks like a large stone slide out from the satchel. You can see a rune engraved into it that is pulsing with magic.
If it were my turn, I would roll.
It is
on
your
that.
turn.
Oh, it's still my turn?
Yeah.
Can I roll Arcana to know? Or is it too far away for me to...
Yeah, if you want to use that as... Yeah, sure.
God, what the fuck? I just broke character.
Not a good night.
No, not really. That is a 4, so no.
That's a 4?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it looks strange to you. However, you realize that the your contact goes to swing on this new individual, this unknown assailant, completely missing. Both of them seem to be extremely skilled in their prowess of swordsmanship. After the latest conflict of them engaging, you watch as this unknown assailant move towards the stone and swipe it off the dock. He lifts it up and cradles it in his arm. You watch as his jacket exposes. You see teal-like skin. The one thing you catch that's instantly recognize it. He has a tattoo of a noose around his neck. The rope serpentines all the way down his chest cavity to the nape, disappears within his pants. He has this almost aquatic look to his skin, like it glistens.
Sorry, it's been fun, but not this time.
You watch as the individual does almost like a backflip, landing missile-like into the water. You watch as he disappears into the depths. You see your contact moving forward. No! No! Arr! He begins to take his weapon and smash towards the dock. You can see that he's in complete frustration from this event. What would you like to do, Lavende?
I'm going to try to walk up closer to him, like cautious, just like it's who is that?
You! Get away from me, you human filth!
I'm not filth. Either way, I need the gold.
And you notice that he turns and he storms away from you.
I'm running after him. Hey, I need the gold. Hello.
All right. Do you touch him or do you?
No,
put your
I'm
hand
just
on him?
like reaching out, like,
You see
hey.
him whip back around.
I will tell you this one last time. Engage me again, and I will cut out your tongue.
Don't. I prefer you don't do that. I don't use it very often. What am I supposed to tell the green one?
Another word, and I am going to stab you.
He turns and he walks. Lavende, what would you like to do?
It's dark, right?
It is dark, yes. It is nightfall.
Is there any fire near me?
Around the docks?
Yeah, like torches.
No. The docks right now that was one of the things you found was very strange, was that it didn't seem like there was any sort of life around the area.
Okay, then I'm going to use Produce Flame to kind of... It's a cantrip, I'm just going to...
Okay.
Just... So it's kind of get a little bit of light. I don't like the dark very much, so... At least I feel a little bit better. And I'm going to, walk back to where the green one was. Because I don't know where else to go.
Okay. Very well. You... Give me an insight check.
That's better than a 1. I think that'd be a 14. I believe my insight is 6, so... Yes, 14.
14.
Yes.
All right. You remember how to get back. It wasn't too far away from the docks.
Mm-hmm.
You enter back in through the dam, make your way through the shelves before you finally come to where Cantho was.
Mm-hmm.
It's a different setting this time. When you walked in last time, it looked like he was in the midst of partying.
Yes.
Now it looks like the partying has taken effect. Everyone in there seems to be quite under the influence and or unconscious.
I'm just going to make my way around everybody.
Okay.
Going back to where he is. It is. I'm going to walk up and poke.
Don't touch me!
I'm sorry. I'm gonna go like arch back. I just
Who are you? What do you want?
You don't remember me? I'm looking for a ship to Bolstead? Don't remember.
Huh?
The ship.
I've never met you before, ever.
I met the contact.
They all look the same to me.
Okay, so what about the ship? I didn't get my gold.
You watch as his goblin eyebrows sort of raises up. You see the other eyebrow is completely shaved off. All right. I've clearly been doing my job really well. So I think it's time that I move you on to the next level. The big fish, carpenter himself.
I don't need a chair. What?
Supposed to go there tonight. They got some fights going on. You like fights?
Not really. Not particularly.
Get your fighting shoes on. You guys wear fighting shoes, right?
I don't like to wear shoes, but
Me either.
And I look at his feet.
He's not wearing shoes.
What do his feet look like?
His feet are rather large for his body. It kind of reminds you of how a halfling has larger feet than their stature. But his feet are heavily calloused, nails completely untrimmed, very gross, very clearly infected with fungus.
I can tell you don't like to wear any shoes.
Mm-hmm.
Your feet.
Nah,
Have you ever looked at your feet?
every day.
Look
You
like-
want to go?
Go where?
The carpenter.
But is he going to build me a ship?
Hmm?
He's a.
No, he doesn't build things. Carpenter doesn't do that.
Why is he a carpenter?
His name.
Oh. Okay. I guess.
All right, follow me then.
He gets off of his chair. You see he drunkenly stumbles across the room, teeter-tottering back and forth as he tries not to trip on any of the unconscious bodies lying around. As you are following him, you're kind of sluggishly moving through the shells because Cantho is intoxicated and also a goblin.
Yeah.
So, tell me this. Where are you from?
I don't know really what they call it.
I came from a swamp. That's where I was from. With the Green Gax. 10 years. 10 years in the Green Gax.
Yeah. How was that?
It was good. It was real good. Then all these new people started coming in. All these new ones started coming in. Everything went bad. It went down. Went down real quick.
Yeah, I know.
I forgot my leader's name. That's how much it was. How bad it got.
I'm sorry to hear that. I know how it is when things go bad. I hope I relate to you on some level. I'm really not good at talking. So.
Yeah, most humans seem to be really good with the words. You don't talk well.
No, not really.
I talk real well.
Sure. I'll give it to you.
I thank you, indubitably, for the compliment. See, I just used indubitably. Name another goblin you know that says indubitably.
I don't know many other goblins.
That's because most goblins are too busy picking their own butts.
Congratulations on not picking.
I do
your-
stuff. All right, leader of this part of Gunnerport before the carpenter. That's something.
Yes, it's.
More than I had when I was with the Green Gags.
Did you eat them? What? Isn't that what you do?
Get out of my head. You get out of my head right now.
Sorry, I didn't mean to offend.
We're done talking.
Oh.
You don't talk. You're psychic. Now
That
I'm
was
on
in power.
you.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to get in your mind. I do apologize. Okay.
You guys have an awkward, weirdly quiet walk the rest of the way. As Cantho begins to sober up. Meanwhile, Fallner, you and your newly acquired companion, Kaz, what are the two of you doing?
Sharing a drink and waiting for the carpenter.
Waiting for the carpenter.
Well, she said he comes here, right?
Well, the carpenters hang out here, but typically you can find his boys and himself in the pits.
Oh. Right. Can we just waltz in there?
Well, yes and no. I could be your tour guide if you'd like. Tell me, why do you want to see the carpenter for?
I got business with him. Gotta sell a couple debts.
I see. Well, maybe we can help each other. I'll show you the way.
Okay, well, what do you need?
Well, you can pay me back later tonight. I got some needs you can fulfill.
Oh, I could definitely pay you with that. That's what I got plenty of.
Oh, so I love halflings. You're all short, but full of energy. Let's get going.
Only short where it doesn't count.
I get up and I proceed to leave.
All right. The both of you decide to make your way to the pits. As you all, or both of you, make your way to the pits, as you arrive, it is booming. It's packed. It's a full night. Things in here are really starting to pick up, and people are starting to get into the fights. You can see that down in the pit itself, there appears to be looks like two rather stocky humans, both of them barrel-chested, currently in the midst of grappling each other as the crowd begins to cheer and hoot and holler around. Kaz, with your unique ability to make your way around Gutterport, being able to see the little things that allow you to traverse this place. You have gotten here right on time. Now the two of you are here, what would you like to do?
Well, I don't think I've ever seen the carpenter. He's rather new to my Gutterport. So, do I know what his colors are?
Yeah, you would know that his colors are blue and white.
I'm assuming he's got this event rather, well, guarded.
Yeah, before you even got here, this place is pretty much lined with blue and white streamers.
And I know that his contact will be here tonight, correct?
Yeah.
I want to do a perception check. I want to see if, this particular individual I'm looking for is here.
Okay.
Are you from around here? Soon to be walking through here like you've been here before.
Of course. Well, you could say I grew up here.
Right.
That was a 14.
It's 14? Okay. You don't see anyone matching that description. This seems like a pretty typical night. At least what you would think would be typical. There doesn't seem to be anyone that's here that's out of place. However, you do spot what looks like a VIP box or a center box for the viewing, and you can see what looks like a rather robust dwarf appears to be sitting center, while he's surrounded by 3 or 4 other men that look like they're wearing the carpenter colors.
I kneel down to kind of get face level with them. Well, do you see up there?
Now look.
You see that box?
You see it?
Right.
Give me a perception check.
Uh, 11.
Okay. You see what Kaz is telling you.
I think that's your boy.
That's the carpenter.
Well, he's got guards around him. He's sitting in a box by himself.
It's the only box seat.
Alright, yeah, sure. Guess I expected him to be a bit more bigger with his title and how apparently popular he is.
Well, like you said earlier, small things have big packages, so...
Right, you are! Alright, okay. So, how do we get up there?
Well, I'm assuming we would walk there, but I'm kind of curious. What is your plan? So how are you going to approach the carpenter?
Well, I'm just gonna call him out and talk to him. I'm not trying to... I'm not here to really start anything, hopefully not.
Well, let's get on then. Let's get a good seat so we can catch him when he's free.
All right.
All right. So, yeah, the two of you just gonna sit and wait.
I'm going to work my way towards as close to the box I can, and just keep an eye on him.
Okay.
So.
Could you go ahead and give me a knowledge history roll, please?
That'd be a 19.
19, so very well. So, as this has been going on, you keep looking over at Kaz, and the one thing you notice is that her eyes look like amethysts. They're just brilliantly purple gems in her head. But you also can tell that she's drow. Drow are not a common race on the surface world because of 2 surface wars. In fact, they're considered enemies in most countries of Avondale. The fact that, I don't want to say that it's exotic, but it does raise questions in your head.
What can I say? Your eyes, they're absolutely brilliant.
Oh, thank you. Well, it's got me a lot of work down here, so...
What do you do down here?
Well...
Is it of the Lady Favor kind?
You could say that.
I can't wait for later!
Oh, me either, as I run my finger down his face.
Okay. She smells like lavender.
Ooh, it's a good smell.
Smell for us.
Is it all about later for me? Sorry, I'm at. Yeah.
Smavros. The fights have been underway now,
Right.
and you've been watching. You're not impressed. These fights are garbage. It's mostly just large men with too much testosterone not knowing how to wrestle.
Right.
You're starting to get rather bored. What would you like to do?
Do I see where where the fighters are coming from? Like, is there
Fighters are coming from where everyone sits.
they're just coming out there?
Yeah. Yeah, well, looks like they have their own seats closer to the actual arena, but there is no, under tunnel or anything like that where they're coming out from. They're just going over the fence and getting down in there.
Alright, I'm gonna head that way then.
You're gonna hop the fence?
Wait, are they calling for people to be like, who's next?
No, it seems like the fights are scheduled. It's just they're sitting in the audience first before they go over.
Oh. Is there anyone that looks like they're running it besides the carpenter? Or if
No.
I wanted to be part of to show these.
Yeah, it looks like the carpenter is the one that's, and you can see him up in his box. It seems like he's the one that's relaying information on who's going up
Then
and
I'm
what's
going
that.
up to the carpenter.
Okay. So, everyone give me a perception check, please.
Everyone.
20.
Everyone.
9.
5.
It's a 4.
Well,
Nine.
am I there yet? Oh, okay.
Are we there yet?
I just realized.
Okay. Lavender. Your first inclination of the pits is the sound of screams, cheers, and hollers as you enter into this coliseum.
Somewhere I would not like to be, preferably.
It is very strange, it is foreign to you, and it's scary. It's scary. This is weird to you.
Yes.
You look around, taking in all of this at the same moment. You have Cantho tugging on your arm. Hey! Hey, snap out of it!
Sorry, where are we going?
That man up there!
And I look.
That's the carpenter! Go up and talk to him! Tell him Cantho sent you.
It's not going to get me killed, is it?
No!
Nope. Can't though. Protects his people. Unlike my former gang. They don't protect their people because they're dead.
That is awful. Thank you. I think.
Yeah,
I'm not sure.
they're all dead. Every single one of them. Sweet up.
No, I'm walking away.
Dead.
I'm walking away.
Grope dead. Bowel obstruction.
I'm away already.
Shit himself to death.
I'm going up to the carpenter.
All right. You start making your way over. And as you do, you see this monster of a... Give me a history check, please.
Just a monster.
Oh, that's a 4.
Yeah, okay. You see this monster. Just this greenish gray skinned brute. Red dreadlocked hair pulled back into a tail. You can see that there's like a burn scar on his face. His eye is cataract over. His teeth are jutting out. This looks like nightmare fuel to you. Holding a great axe and seems to move right by you as he heads his way. And you can see this individual's heading to the carpenter too.
Yes. Okay, so I'm going to see that and just stop. I'm stopping.
You stop what you're doing.
Yeah, and I'm just going to watch.
Kaz, Fulner, Jez, you actually see this as well as this half-orc begins to make his way up to the carpenter.
Oh my, do you see that?
It's a big one.
Look at those forearms. Oh, well, I wonder what our rather tall, handsome friend is doing with the carpenter.
Maybe he's his muscle.
Maybe we should get closer seats.
Okay. I mean, I don't see why we can't just go up and talk to him.
I'm gonna get closer to the box.
You okay? Closer to the box. You doing this stealthily, or are you just gonna walk over?
I'll do it stealthily.
All right, you want to give me a stealth roll, please? Are you doing it stealthily?
Nope.
All right.
I don't understand why.
28.
Okay. Like a wind blowing over a pond, you do not make a noise. You move through the crowd with bravado and sex appeal in the same breath.
All right.
Fulner, you are...
Pardon me. Excuse me. Coming through?
It's hard for you to even concentrate at this point.
Yeah.
You make your way over to the... close to the box. Smavras as you approach as well. Jez, you're sitting relatively close to the box, so you can actually overhear this if you were to pay attention. Do you want to eavesdrop or not?
Sure.
Okay. You notice that one of the individuals walks over towards you, and as he does, he stops and goes, "Oh, shit. Boss, that's the guy! That's the guy!" What the bloody hell are you talking about? Shut the fuck up! What do you mean, that's the guy? That's the guy I saw. He was standing in the alley with that little one, covered in blood, just mean mugging us. I swore I thought he was gonna rip us in half. Alright, calm down. Looks over towards him. No, I know who this is. Leave. Let me talk to him. You notice that individual moves out of the way. He stares at you like he is visibly terrified at the sight of you. He looks like you have murdered a close family member of his.
Does he look familiar to me?
No, you have no idea who this person is.
Alright. Good times. Carpenter, you said I could fight. I've been watching these fights, and this is loosely described as fighting.
Oh, alright, so you got some fire in you, I see.
I've grown bored sitting and watching.
Alright. So you want to get in the pit? You realize that you can't use that axe of yours.
That's fine.
It's hand to hand.
Even better.
Alright. Well, if you want to do that, that's fine. Although I will say this, I did get some information about what you're looking for.
What information did you find?
Well, that depends. What do you have for me?
I have a small amount of coin I'd be willing to part with.
Alright, so you want a small amount of coin for information that you greatly want and I have no need for.
Exactly.
I don't think you'll quite understand the concept of leverage. So, again, how are you going to owe me, and how are you going to pay this debt?
What do you want from me? What can I do to... What do you want me to do something as payment?
You know, you're a straightforward bloke. I can respect that. I tell you what, you get in the freight. I'll square you out. Down in the pit.
Fine.
You and me. Bare
Fine.
knuckle.
Sounds good.
Good. Looks at the other one. Me and him are the next fight up.
The guy looks at the carpenter.
Are you sure, boss? I'm telling you. He was there with that halfling. He was standing in the alley. He was covered in blood. Looked like he had murdered an entire family. I'm telling you. It's fine. Alright, alright.
He moves away. Jez, you overhear all of this, and Kaz, you overhear this as well.
How common are halflings to this area?
In Gutterport, they're visitors. They don't stay here.
So they're not common?
They are not common.
Alright.
And you can clearly see where you're sitting, a halfling staring at the backside of what looks like this drow.
Oh. Alright. Lizzie, I'll be right back, right? Stay put.
Alright, I'll just continue watching this meatball fest.
Great. I'm going to approach
You approach which one?
the halfling.
Okay.
I'm going to tap on his shoulder.
Jizzy.
Volna, what are you doing here?
Here to see the carpenter.
Why?
Gonna settle debt.
What debt?
A debt to a lass.
You haven't told me about this.
Well, yeah, I tried talking to you. You said, well, I got business, and you just walked away.
All right, I had to have a break from you after all those mornings and nights of your little habit. Gets a little old after a while.
You, as you sitting there talking to Jezebel, you realize that you're not quite sure, even though you guys have been traveling together for only about 2 weeks now. You don't really know too much about her. You know that when you first, both of you arrived to Gutterport, you made your separate ways to go do your own personal errands, and now it seems as though fate has brought the two of you back together.
What is a beautiful lass like you doing in a place like this?
Well, I also have business with the carpenter, so this is interesting, isn't it?
No shit. What type of business do you got?
I'm just looking for something, and I was told that he might know where that something is.
Oh, well, I mean, I guess if you want, we could both talk to him together.
Well, mine's more of a private thing, but I can go with you, and then when you're done, you can just, skedaddle.
Sure. Well, so nice seeing you again.
Right.
Yeah.
So are you going?
So, is Cass still near me?
Kaz?
Yeah.
Yeah, she walked up.
Alright. So rude of me to not introduce you. This is my friend Kaz.
Oh.
Oh, you have friends.
Well, we just kind of met and kind of hitting it off a little bit.
Who's your friend here, Falconer?
This is me traveling companion.
Oh, my. Look at those horns.
You can touch them if you like.
Oh, nice. Stroke them.
Yeah, as you feel the horns, you actually see that she's carved them and put gold inlay into the carvings.
Oh. Falconer, you didn't say you had such, beautiful friends.
Oh, my.
I only talk to the most beautiful. Now, her name is Jezebel.
Oh, Jezebel. My name's Kaz.
So give me a description of the what you look like again.
So, I have almost gray blue skin, amethyst eyes. I have long white hair. I appear to be wearing some sort of a voluptuous dress,
Okay.
but I do have something underneath the dress, it looks like, kinda, so. And I'm
It looks like she could be wearing a corset or something underneath her dress.
Can I do a perception check to get a good look over?
Sure.
15.
Yeah, you can see that very slender. She's very slender. She has pretty... Even though she's slender, her hips seem to be quite wide. And she also appears to be wearing some extremely high heels. Although, as she's standing there, she does not have a problem moving in these. Balance is definitely a forte.
Now, Kaz, was it?
Oh, yes.
Well, I certainly hope you'll be sticking around for a while.
Oh, well, yes. For now, Falconer, we may turn our reward into a party.
Reward.
Yeah. Might do a little exploring later.
Well, I don't know how I feel about him in the mix, but, can have a few, see where it goes.
Oh.
Oh, are we talking about a threesome? Oh, boy.
The epitome of subtle.
Well, you just killed it for me. All right, let's continue to our business, shall we?
I could go for a tumble.
All right.
So, my dear, do you have business with the carpenter also?
I do indeed.
What a coincidence.
What a coincidence that 3 people that have business with the carpenter are all going to be seeing each other afterwards.
Why don't we go ahead and just get on with it?
Yes, let's put a nail in the situation. And...
As you all look up towards the box, you realize that the carpenter is gone.
Oh, what
Shit.
happened?
While you have been conversing, he must have slipped out. Although it doesn't take you very long before you all see him down at the bottom of the seats. He has made his way to the gate where you see he opens it and makes his way, hops over the wall and down into the pit itself. Smavros, you as well. Do you make your way into the pits?
I do.
As you do.
I've got 5 silver on the big one.
Alright, lad. I don't normally get in the pit, but you look like you're a good scrap.
As do you.
All
I'm gonna
right.
go down to one knee real quick and do a quick prayer in Orcish. This is again in Orcish, so.
Okay.
Tempest, reinforce my strength and strengthen my might. Let the scales be weighed, and let me enjoy this fight. I'll stand up.
Alright, here we go. Let's do a nice slobber knocker.
Roll initiative.
Don't like that word very much.
Slobber knocker.
He's got 18 for his.
12.
Alright. He moves forward. You see his low stature. He keeps his head reeled down, tucked into his chin, tucked into his chest, nice and tight. Hands up high on both sides. You watch as he moves in. He rolls for his first attack. It's a 16.
Hits.
Okay. That is 2 points of damage, non-lethal. You see his first blow come out. He is surprisingly quick for the amount of mass on his arms. One solid blow to your ribs. Wham! As he strikes you into the ribs, he packs a punch for his size. Little guy knows how to swing.
No, it's a Donnybrook. I'm gonna go ahead and swing back at him.
Alright, swing on him.
Does a 25 hit.
That is a hit.
So that's gonna be 5 points of damage.
Okay. You bring your right cross. Boom! Your fist cracks down onto his head. You immediately see, as your fist leaves, you split his brow. Blood begins dripping down onto his cheek. You see, as it does, he closes his one eye and moves in, and he goes to attack. Does a 22 hit?
It does.
Okay. As he goes to throw a punch, it looks like it's a fake, and you watch as his weight and his mass slams into your knees as his hands come back behind, and he goes for an ankle pick. Give me an athletics check.
22.
Okay. So as you feel the hands go back, you go to fight it. He ends up getting his strength, pulls your legs out from underneath you. You feel your weight slam into the ground as you see him barreling over your legs, and one solid blow, boom, onto your face. That is 4 points of damage. You're up.
And he's on top of me?
He's like standing over you. So he's standing over you, but yeah, he's basically right on top of you. His legs are positioned between your ribs.
Between my ribs?
Yeah, so one on each side.
Alright, well, I'm gonna try to bring him down to at least one knee and set off his things by like pulling like one of his legs.
You want to pull one of his legs?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead, give me an athletics check then.
19.
Yeah, you succeed. You end up grabbing your with your weight and your strength. You actually make one of his knees buckle. He hits one side. His other leg, he's not tall enough to have them stretch across. His other leg slides over onto your abdomen.
I'm gonna try to roll on top of him and do exactly what he did to me, like essentially reverse it.
Okay. I'll let you go ahead. You using your bonus action for that then?
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead and roll then. Roll to hit.
That is a 9.
All right, 9. That does not hit. You go to swing. As he hits the ground, you see his arms come up. Clean block. Goes for his next turn. Swings on you again. It's an 11.
Does not hit.
He goes to throw a punch. Boom! You bring your arm up. Block this one. Your turn.
Are we both like on our knees or what?
He's on his back. You're on your knee over him.
Oh, okay, good. I just wanted to make sure. So he was trying to swing on me from the ground.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, yeah, I'm gonna use that advantage to go ahead and lay down. Nat 20.
That is a critical.
So that would normally be 5 points of damage. So what would a critical?
Well, you have to roll.
I have to roll.
Damage.
You have to roll damage.
It's unarmed.
Yeah, unarmed
Yeah,
is straight
So
damage.
it's strength plus.
Oh, it's just this
or 1
straight
plus
damage?
strength.
Yeah.
Oh, so it's not a D4?
No.
Oh!
It matches your strength, I believe.
Yeah.
I did not know that. Okay.
Yep, it's a flat to your strength.
I will not roll my D4 anymore. Fantastic. So yeah, then I would say it would be 10 damage then. So it's gonna be double damage. So you're gonna do 10 damage?
10 damage.
All right.
Not
So
lethal.
right. As he throws the next punch and you block it, you bring your hand down. Poof! 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 3 solid strikes right into his head. You bust open his lip. You see his eye swell up, swollen, purple. He's sitting there. And as he goes to swing back towards you, he ends up spitting blood right at your face. Give me a reflex save.
Is that plus dex, or there's no reflex option, or is it just a flat roll?
It should be the deck save then.
Okay, so that would be 19.
19, okay. As he spits, the blood splatters into your eyes. It immediately starts burning and stinging. You get -2 on your AC for this. And 18.
Hits.
Okay. So if it's just the strength modifier, then that's 4 damage.
Okay.
So you feel another solid blow strike against your solar plexus. Boom! Blinded. You feel the blow against your stomach. It actually makes you have to fully stand up, almost knocking the wind out of your breath, or knocking the air out of your lungs. Your turn.
My turn?
Yep.
I'm gonna try to wipe my eyes clear.
Okay. As you wipe your eyes clear, you see that he's up onto one knee now. His hands are up still.
Alright. I'm assuming that was my action, so
Yeah.
I can't attack?
Yep.
Can I ready?
Yeah, if you want to ready.
Yeah.
Or basically hold your ground. His turn, he moves towards you. That's a 12.
Does not.
He goes towards you. He goes to throw a haymaker towards your face. As he does, you actually take your hand and just knock it out of the way. You see his arm fly open. Your turn.
I'm gonna attack him in his opening.
All right.
That was another natural 20.
So it's 10 damage?
Yeah.
All right. As his hand flies back, you come forward and you go to take both your hands and double hammer fist crash right down on top of his dome. You see his head. Boom! He hits the ground. Out. You watch the crowd erupt in cheerious roar as this happens. Maybe about 5-6 seconds go by before he kind of sits up. You notice that 3 of his guys come running out onto the Coliseum floor as well.
You fight well, little one.
Oh, yeah. Yep, I'm gonna feel that one tomorrow. Good scrap. Good scrap. I'll tell you what you need to know.
You notice that his guys help him up, and they move him out of the fighting arena before the next fight starts.
Follow me.
You gonna follow?
Yes.
I think we're all following.
Smavros, what are you gonna do?
Well, I'm assuming he's gonna tell me what
So you're
I
gonna
wanna
follow?
know, so yeah, I'm following.
Okay.
And roll. So, we should probably be rather, well, quiet about this.
Why?
Rather large, handsome friend with the big forearms made this a little bit easier for us.
Made what easy?
I'm gonna roll stuff.
All right.
We'll just go and talk to him, right?
19.
Okay. What were you trying to stealth do?
I'm just quietly following them. So.
All right. You hop over the fence. You realize that as they help him over the gate, he kind of takes his hands and slaps them off of him like, "Dude, I'm not a fucking child. I know how to walk."
Would they give me back my axe?
Oh yeah, they had your axe on the side before you went in. They would have given that back to you. You follow him back over to the box where he sits down, and as he sits down, you see his eye swollen up with a mouse, the other side still bleeding. One of his guys comes forward, puts a cigar in his mouth. As they pull a match, start lighting it for him.
I tell you what. I always enjoy fighting the orcs. You fight meaner than shit. Almost as mean as a warborn. Almost.
Thank you. I let Tempest guide all my actions. He saw fit that I deserved the victory today.
You like a religious orc or something?
could say that. I follow the teachings of Tempest. I follow the teachings of battle. It's fair.
Alright. Well, I follow the teachings of, making money. And I was supposed to make a lot of money tonight, but that didn't happen.
I'm sorry to hear that.
I was supposed to have a visitor tonight. Get him out of the country. Clean, simple, and easy. But apparently there was a problem with that.
Can we hear this?
Yeah, you guys got close enough.
And what does this have to do with the information you have for me?
Well,
That's when you hear one of the guards go, "Boss, that's the guy!" And you notice that they point directly towards Fulner.
Jesus.
He stops and goes like, "What?" And he stands up. "That's the guy, boss! That's the guy! He's the one that had the orc body covered in blood!"
I turn around, see what they're talking about.
And you notice that the carpenter walks over, looks at Fulner.
yeah. Get your ass up here now.
Oh, that's okay. Get up there.
He looks around.
Need to talk to you anyway.
Are they with you?
Yes.
Well, you know, a little, kind of. We're not super involved.
Super.
He bites his cigar.
For example, I don't know what you're talking about with this whole story that you got going on here. What did you do exactly?
I don't know. What did I do?
He looks towards this guy.
What'd he do?
"I'm telling you, boss. He was standing in the alley. We got in his face, and he turned around, and this big green motherfucker was standing there, covered in blood." Carpenter stopped for a second.
You do magic, don't you?
A dabble.
"Alright,
I've never seen this bloke before.
you're all fucking morons, alright? He clearly just shut the fuck up, alright? You get up here. You get up here. You get up here."
Oh my, so assertive. Do I really need to be in here? I'm just his date. I kiss him on the cheek.
I haven't seen you here before. What's a drow doing in Gutherport?
Oh, I work, in the lower shelf, you can say.
She does the lady favors.
Alright, whatever. This way.
Makes his way over to the box. Lavende, what are you doing? You froze when you saw the orc, and you haven't done anything since.
Yes. I'm just
You
not
have to
even
go
sure.
back to him.
Yeah, I don't know what to do. I don't know anybody here. I'm alone. I don't know. I'm just watching, I guess.
You know you're supposed to come see the carpenter.
But there's a lot of scary people.
And now there's
okay?
a lot of people near the carpenter.
Yes, there's a lot of scary people. Thank you
Alright.
for reminding me.
Do you want to go to the scary people or stay away from the scary people?
I'm going to start kind of just inching closer.
At this point, Cantho comes up to her and you're like, "Hey, you're sort of embarrassing me!
I
You were
thought,
standing here
jeez.
staring off at nothing!"
Where did you come from? I didn't know you were still here.
"I've been watching you the whole time.
I don't like that.
Keeping my eyes on you, mind reader." "Look, the carpenter's taking guests. Go talk to him!"
I'm going to try to stealth up by them.
Okay, give me a stealth roll.
That is an 8.
Okay. As you're sitting there, the carpenter's just out of.
Alright, now we can do what I like to do the most. Let's talk business. You're looking for a prophecy, right?
That's correct.
Okay. I did get a little bit of a lead on that for you. But I need to find out what the three of...
You notice he stops as he looks over. He looks past his box as you see Lavende's head barely peeking out, his eyeball staring into the box.
Do you see something you like, boy?
I'm gonna like kind of move out. I was supposed to talk to you. I didn't want to come over here though. Do you know Kanto? I'm gonna like look at everybody.
Did Kanto send you?
He's over there, and I'm gonna point at him.
He looks over, you see this, you all look as well and see this green goblin staring just like,
He's weird. I don't really like the little green one.
Yeah, I plan on taking care of him soon. He's sort of a liability.
He's loud.
And messy and clean and does all the produce that I tell him to sell. All of it.
I get that. Whatever that means.
He does a
I'll
lot. He
agree
does a
with you.
lot of drugs. A lot of drugs are supposed to be sold. Do you want to sell drugs?
What are drugs?
No, you will not sell drugs. All right.
Say what are drugs? Is that what I just heard?
Okay.
Oh my.
Now we have a +1 to our +3 to our +1. That's a +5.
5, yeah.
I'm not a plus any.
Why do you all need to see me?
Right. I'm here to talk to you on the behalf of Elizabeth from Last Feather.
Well, you know Lizzie.
I do. I'm here
How do
on
you know
her
Lizzie?
behalf. I'm here to settle a debt.
What debt? I have her waiting down by the pits for me. She's with me right now.
You brought her down here.
I did.
Interesting.
It's very odd. Explain.
I'm trying.
Enough! I need to find out about the prophecy. That is why I'm down here.
Well, who are you?
I'm Small Bros.
Small
You're
frogs.
very tall
Right.
for a small.
I need you to just calm down for a moment, Mean Green, alright?
It's racist.
So, what type of debt does she have?
Well, you wouldn't settle her debt. We're not going to talk about what she owes me. We're going to talk about this. I have a job for you. Do you understand?
Okay.
And you, what do you have?
Oh, I'm just looking for some information that I was told at least you might be able to provide to me about someone maybe passing through here.
Oh, sweetie, I have plenty of information.
Great.
And what about you, wild man?
Oh, me? I just need to get to Bolstead. That's it. I was supposed to do a job for the green one down there, and it went.
So you need a boat. That's all you need.
Yes.
Fine. Very well. And you?
Oh, I'm just here for emotional support for my friend here.
Great, then you all can do this, if you're willing to work.
Oh, well.
Been working for a year now. It's no problem.
Tonight I was supposed to have a visitor show up on the docks. My visitor ended up having a little run-in with an unknown assailant.
I was there.
you were the,
I was not the assailant.
Kanto sent you to deal with this.
Yes, I didn't even know what I was looking for.
You're not even a member of the shipwright.
Yeah, whatever that means. Yes.
I'm gonna kill him. I'm going to kill Kanto tonight.
Right,
Boys.
so what's the job?
Alright. This ties in with his little prophecy as well.
Good.
And your situation with Lizzie, you called her.
Right.
I don't keep track of their fucking names.
Yeah.
This prophecy apparently is part of some sort of deal gone wrong. There's a man up on the lid. You should talk to him tomorrow morning. His name is Fentis. Fentis Merryway. He's some sort of ex-aristocrat from Venalia. He apparently is connected to all of this. You do this job for me, and you all will get whatever I can offer. Understand?
Crystal.
I can abide by these terms.
Good. Now, if you don't mind, I'm gonna ice my eye, and I'm gonna enjoy the rest of these fights. Remember, Fentis Merryway. He works on the lid. He's in the ambassador's quarter.
And we're all meant to do this together.
You all have something you want from me. So if you all do this, you're good in my book.
Sure.
Alright.
Remember, he's off Dane Street.
Alright, shall we get going then?
Sure.
Would he even be available at this time of night?
I said tomorrow.
That's what I thought. Alright.
Yes.
Get out of my sight.
I'm gonna walk off.
Everyone, come with me.
I'm going back to Kanto.
Does anybody have anywhere to stay for the night?
Well,
Do any of you know this city?
you could say I do. Oh, look at you. Oh my gosh, you even find a special... Oh my, look at those pecs. Well, I do have a place you could stay.
Where is the lid?
The lid's up top. That's why it's called the lid.
We're in the pit.
Right.
Very bottom.
So we might have to go a few stairs. But if we need to find a place to stay, maybe the madame would be willing to lend me a room.
Is this an inn?
You could say that.
Well, while you all figure that out, I have some company I have to go grab. Be right back.
We need to figure out
Tell her I said hi.
exactly how
I'm
we
bringing it
attack.
back.
Okay.
I mean, achieve our mission.
I'm leaving.
Okay.
I suppose introductions are necessary.
So can I do a, real quick, I just want to do a knowledge on the Fentis Merryway.
Sure.
And that would be just history?
Yeah, you can do history on it.
Got the 10.
Name doesn't ring a bell. The first name, at least. Last name does ring a bell. You remember it being a noble house of Venalia, but that's all you really know about it.
And I know where the ambassador quarter is, and Dang Street, of course.
Yeah, it's the most. If there was a ritzy or rich part of Gutterport, it's there.
Well, introductions are important. My name's Cass, and yours?
Smallvross.
Smallvross.
Name's Fauna Wildheart.
What?
Fauna Wildheart. Fauna. Wildheart. Oh.
I'm going to call you Vogel Uroth.
You know what? That's fine. That's fine.
Fauna, where'd your friend run off to?
She probably went to go get Les.
Jezebel, where are you going?
I'm going back to where I left Lizzie and hope she's still there in one piece.
Okay. As you return, you find Lizzie is not there.
Oh, shit.
You do, however, find what looks like a An old can, it's like maybe trash, some sort of food receptacle, is sitting on top of the bench where she was sitting there. You can see there's a little piece of parchment stuffed in the can. You read it?
Yeah.
As you open it up, it says, "Hey, Jezebel, went back up top. You disappeared for a while, and I really don't like being down here alone, so sorry. Hope everything worked out. Come see me at the Feather."
Well, no, maybe I won't, because we're not friends.
Oh, shit.
And I'm gonna head back to the group.
Okay.
Oh, shit.
Oh, there you are. Oh, so,
Miss me already.
Oh, yes, this delightful horns of yours.
Do you all know each other?
Well, I know her.
Kind of.
Well,
And you are?
Jezebel.
And I'm about to get to know her intimately.
Well, I don't know if that's gonna work out for you so much anymore, bud.
What?
I'm not doing the sharing thing.
well, so it looks like we need to find a place to stay. Wait a minute, where did that wild man run off to?
He's just been standing there staring at everyone.
No, I went back to.
Oh, you went back to Cantho. Okay,
Yeah,
that's right,
I went
that's
back to Kanto.
Just stared.
So you go back over to Cantho. Cantho looks at you. So, how'd it go? Pretty sweet, right?
Yes, it was very sweet. I need. Do you want to come with me to the lid? In the morning, I'm supposed to meet somebody, I guess. I'm supposed to work with them, and I point them.
Oh, I don't go to the lid. All right? Lid's where all the people that smell clean go.
Yeah, I clearly I don't need to be there, I suppose.
You need to go there?
Yes, I got to meet up with some Ventus or something.
Sounds like someone important. You going to go with them?
I guess I don't know. I don't really.
So you guys
know
are
them.
all got recruited. Congratulations.
Are you? Thanks. I guess.
All right, if you ever need me, come back down to Piss Run. I'll help you out.
I don't know if you'll be around much longer.
What do you mean?
I'm gonna walk off.
And that is where we're going to go to break. So, everyone, hopefully you guys are all having a fantastic time. I think tonight is going pretty well. Yeah. Hopefully you guys are enjoying this. So, when we come back, we will see how this newly formed party will deal with their problem. So, you guys, let me put on something nice for you all.
Break screen.
Actually, no. What am I talking about? We got a break screen.
I was like, yeah, you guys hear some nice elevator music, guys.
Yeah, here's some nice elevator
Watch
music.
nothing.
We'll be right back. No,
Break screen.
yeah, we will be right back.
Break screen.
of values, morals, and ethics? Or is it? My friends, America is under attack. And the guilty party? People who say soda instead of pop. Yes, my dear countrymen, it's shocking, but true. And they're among us attempting to poison our minds. Soda. Just a word. Or a cleverly constructed cerebral attack, better known as SODA, Subliminal Occult Delirium Audio. Yes, it's true. Zealots from another galaxy plan to use this subtle indoctrination to destroy you, your family, your America. Say no to soda. Say yes to pop.
Are you back there? What happened?
Alright.
Recognize this man? His name is Quentin, but goes by other names such as Papa or the Striking Viking. A commercial was recently released claiming there has been an attack on America by those who refer to non-alcoholic carbonated beverages as soda. That's right. According to Quentin, we are all terrorists.
You know what's bound to happen when you take your Coke and you open it up and it sprays all over the room. Didn't happen. Look at that.
And the victim? Those who call it pop. Well, he's right about one thing. There's certainly an attack happening right here below our noses. And it's an attack on intelligence. An attack by those claiming to be the victims. An attack by those who call it pop.
I mean, I guess I've always known that people call it pop, at least in the Midwest. Never really understood where pop came from. Well, I looked it up. When it was invented, they had the fountain. And these fountains called soda fountain. And that was its unique name. They gave it the name soda. That's what this carbonated beverage was soda. It came from this extravagant fountain. It was beautiful. And then along the line, somewhere, it became pop because of the sound that a cork makes when it's pulled out of the bottle. So one is based on what the beverage is. It's soda. Whereas the other one is based on the sound it makes. A pop. And that makes no sense. Why would we call it a sound when we could just call it by its name, soda? I mean, these people, they say, oh, whenever something happens as an explanation.
According to statistics provided by popversesoda.com, only an estimated 157,600 people call it pop, with over 164,100 people calling it soda. This math shows that most people call it soda, and as with any majority rule, you round up.
Midwesterners are wrong. As an American, I call it soda. Just saying. Can we really trust somebody who keeps his wife in a cage? I've seen it myself. He keeps her in a kennel. The long-going joke, not a joke. Not a joke. He keeps her in a kennel. I've seen it.
Who are you going to trust? The majority of the best country on the planet? Or Quentin, a Midwestern man with a bad Russian accent preaching about attacks on America while playing tabletop games with his friends? Come on, people. Think about it.
Hey. All right, everyone, welcome back. It was an extended break. Yeah, sorry that the audio was very low during that. It's because the audio is typically low while we're doing the stream, because we want the mics high and we want the music low, so the music isn't drowning out our voices. But just would like to thank all of you guys for coming out here for episode 1. It definitely does mean a lot for us. This is, again, this is the first time you guys have actually gotten to really, like, sink your teeth into these characters. So it's going to be a learning process. But we got a long road ahead of us.
Yeah. I feel like they're a pair of new shoes, our characters. And yeah, they're our size. But we gotta stretch them out a little bit. We gotta get our feet in there, walk them around a couple days, and pretty soon.
I think you guys are all doing a great job. And then you also linked the...
Yeah, if you were all wondering who was doing the art for our Campaign 2 characters, it's Mike. He's in the chat right now, actually. I linked his Instagram and website, so go check out his art. It's fantastic. There's some awesome Critical Role art that he's done, and there's some...
Awesome is putting it lightly, too.
Yeah, that is 100% correct. So, but thank you so much. I love my drawing of Kaz. So,
Which is not in the chat, by the way.
what?
Yours is the only one.
Oh my gosh.
But with that being said, let's all get back to this. I believe the party was talking about where they are going to stay the night.
I got to walk back up to them.
Oh, there you are. What was your name?
Lavender?
What was that?
Lavender?
Sorry, I have to speak a little closer to my ear.
It's lavender.
Lavender.
Oh, my lavender.
Lavender.
That's a rather exotic name. Where are you from?
Not around here.
Oh, obviously.
Alright, so we go back to the inn. We sleep. We gather tomorrow and we visit Ventus Merryway.
Merryweather.
Wait, where are we staying now?
Well, I have a little quaint place that we could stay at.
I
What's it
don't...
called?
It's the Moth's Lantern.
Am I familiar with that?
You are. Moth's Lantern is a notorious brothel in all of Gutterport. It is... If you were to put highbrow onto a brothel, this would be it.
Would I have visited there at least once?
Yes. In fact, exotic oils, exotic women, exotic men are all available at the Moth's Lantern. The interesting thing about the Moth's Lantern is that it's ran by a lady known as Madame Moth. The curious thing about her is that no one in Gutterport can remember a time where she wasn't here. And she's always looked just as beautiful as the day anyone has ever met her.
The Moth's Lantern. It's a fine establishment. You're gonna love it,
Is it?
Falner.
Yeah.
It is. It's probably one of the best establishments around Gutterport.
Does it have a bed?
Oh, there's plenty of beds.
And it shall suit our needs perfectly.
Right.
Wait, what's your name again?
Smallfrost.
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 Small frost.
Smallfrost, alright. Do you know you're not a big brothel guy?
I'm not here for the pleasures of the body. I need a place to rest and pass time until we can get to Ventus.
Well, I would recommend releasing yourself a little bit while we're there, mate, because you seem a little tense.
You seem you need to unwind a little bit.
Oh, those are the magical words. Unwind. Releasing you oneself. Oh.
She knows.
I shall mind myself, and I expect the same of you.
Well,
What about you? How tall are you again?
I'm about 5'7", 5'8".
About my height, alright. The brothel guy?
A what?
Brothel.
Give me an insight roll.
When was the last time you ate?
Give you disadvantage on this too.
When was the last time you ate? Shut the fuck up.
Oh, I got the... That is a 7.
You have no idea what the fuck a brothel is.
I don't know what the brothel is.
Alright.
Bless
Well,
you.
maybe it's best we show him rather than
Doesn't know what
explain.
drugs is, and he doesn't know what the brothel is.
Well, we're gonna show him a good time then, aren't we?
How old are you?
What year is it?
52?
5219.
5219.
52.90.
It's the 20th of.
Wait, why don't you know what? Why don't you know
Uxar.
what year it is?
It's
Are you
hard-
from an island somewhere?
No. I mean, technically we all are, I think.
No, there's continents and then there's islands.
Let's not get into that right now. Where are you from?
All I know is I got to get to Bolstad. When I was young, this place didn't have a name.
Wait, what is this?
What do you mean, what is this?
Everyone give me a perception check.
14.
13.
If you don't get a 1, you're going to see this.
Okay.
Okay.
I got 13. I got 13.
You
I
all
don't
notice
get
that
ones.
on Lavende's right arm, it appears to have this purple hue to the skin. It blends into his chest. It's unnatural looking. His skin appears to have indentations carved into the flesh, like in spirals. You can even see what looks like almost glitter being embedded into the skin itself.
I'll reach up and touch it.
And
Have we ever seen anything like that before?
You've never seen anything
I
like
haven't.
I'm barely doubling back when he tries to reach for me.
Knowledge Arcana.
that. Sure.
Maybe don't go trying to touch him right off the bat.
That is
It
a...
shows an interesting tattoo.
It's not a
17.
tattoo.
You have no idea.
What's
This-
going on with your arm right there? It's all shiny.
It was,
Well, I may know some individuals in Neve that could find out what that is. Though, let's gonna move on.
yes, don't look at me like
I
I'm
would
weird.
love to introduce you all to the Madame.
Loosen up. 11 day.
I'm assuming we're moving while we're having this conversation.
Right now, you guys are still standing.
Yeah, right. We're walking with Cass.
I feel like Lavender is gonna be hard to remember. I'm gonna call you Shiny.
Okay,
I'm gonna call him Lavender.
okay.
Well, let's gonna move on. I'll lead the way.
Alright. As Kaz leads the way, you leave the fighting pits, working your way through the shelves. Eventually, you find yourself at the exterior entrance into the Moth's Lantern. It's a rather ornate looking building within the shelves. The roof and tiling of it. Now, everything in here is enclosed, of course. There is a ceiling. This is subterranean. Or not subterranean, but indoors. There is a soft purple hue that illuminates all around the Moth's Lantern, like a literal flame. And yet, as you stand outside, you almost feel compelled to walk inside.
I'd be lying if I said I didn't miss this place.
You've been?
Oh, I've been.
Is there a magical presence here?
You could say that.
Is there a magical presence here?
Well, you could say this is where the magic happens.
I like that a lot.
It's certainly the most magical brothel I've ever been to.
Well, let's get you an audience with the Madame. I think she may have, well, some information that could help all of you. And I start leading them in.
I follow.
Also follow.
Might look around and
All right. As you all enter, the
Come on,
paper screen doors open. The party walks inside. First thing you see is a long, stretched hallway. Rooms, lounges, chairs, floor mattresses. All seem to be sprawled around the area. You can smell the thick cloud of hookah smoke being blown throughout the room. You can smell sweet jasmine body massage oils and tangerine skincare products. The place smells extremely fruity, spicy, and exotic. No one in here is wearing an inch of clothing. Almost everyone in here is walking around almost fully nude, and if they are wearing clothing, it's very see-through or soaked in oil.
going to find a associate that I know and ask where the madame's at.
Okay.
Well, this is my kind of place.
You get directed. Actually, you don't even have to go very far. She's on the ground floor. As she sees you approach, or as she sees you enter into what is known as the spring room, each room seems to be ornately designed in a different season. The spring room has this beautiful indoor hot spring that has lilies and flowers, foliage growing all around. She notices you, walks over towards you. Kaz, why are you already back?
Well,
And you've brought company. Please tell me this isn't an endeavor of yours.
oh, well, this is more business than it is pleasure.
But there is some pleasure.
Oh no,
These
shut up, maybe.
individuals, well, they are, tasked by the carpenter to help with finding a particular noble. I think they could possibly help us.
Who's this noble?
I will walk towards Jezebel and play with her horns. A particular one.
Fentis Merryway.
Fentis? What is the carpenter having you talk to Fentis? I know of him. He's a rather prude aristocrat, and to be honest, he's a clever one. Very clever. Did he say what Fentis needs of all of you?
I mean no offense, but the business that we have with Fentis is our own.
Sorry, don't mind my rather...
No, that's fine.
He's very tense.
Only assume that you only brought them here because either A, they need a place for their head to lay, or they need a place to, well, you know.
It's both an option.
Way.
Oh, both is very much an option.
I mean, that's why I came.
Well, don't worry, I'm going to take care of you tonight. Is there a particular room that you want these individuals to stay in?
You can have them make their way over to the fall rooms. Those ones are typically unoccupied while we're... You know how it is. Whatever season we're in is the season we always sell the least because no one wants to stay in a room that is the season it is.
What season is it?
It's fall. Right now, it's the 20th of Uktar, which would be like November.
Oktar's not October?
No.
He's being sheepish.
Sorry.
Now, if you would go ahead and introduce them to their rooms, and then Kaz, if you would, she gives you this look, and you see that the playful smile goes away. You've never seen this look. It's almost as though you see her eyebrows actually drop, and you see a wrinkle on her forehead. You've never seen that. I need to talk to you up in my quarters.
Of course, madame.
Thank you. And she turns and leaves.
Okay. I proceed to lead him to the rooms.
We follow, I assume?
I'm looking around.
Well,
Like,
we're going to go to the fall rooms.
You know what a bed is, right?
yes, I know what the bed is.
So you don't sleep in like leaves or something.
Sometimes.
Fascinating.
We do have those for those individuals that like to play outside.
Don't like to. I don't know, maybe.
An outdoorsy type, I like it.
You make me very uncomfortable.
I proceed to lead him to open rooms.
Okay. Like Madame said, the fall rooms are typically unoccupied during this time of year. However, they are still gorgeous all in the same. The rooms appear to be set in all oranges and yellows and deep earthy browns. There is what looks like live trees growing in the rooms. All the branches are dead, like the perpetual image of fall, frozen. The beds themselves are actually within a canopy within the branches of these trees.
Roughly what time is this?
Of, like, day?
Yeah.
It'd be getting late. Yeah, so definitely time to turn in.
Gotcha. Well, when we get to a room, I'm gonna definitely
Do we get our
claim
own?
it as my own.
Do we get our own rooms, or are we on the same room?
You guys all are taken to different rooms?
Cool.
Before we split up, though, I'd be like, I suggest you all stay focused and call it early night. The earlier we take care of this, the better.
Alright, are you a military type?
I enjoy battle.
Great, alright.
I
Be
do
up bright and early.
enjoy a battle-hardened individual, though. I have a scheduled date with Faulkner here. And of course, Jezebel, you're still invited.
You doing him tonight?
Well,
I mean, you're gorgeous and everything, but I don't know about the whole sloppy seconds thing. With
Does it
him.
have to be sloppy seconds?
And with you, it might be sloppy.
It can be sloppy,
it's not the
same
first time.
Same time, sloppies.
It's not the first time I've... Well,
Smooth.
Oh my god!
well, it's not the first time I've had to multitask. But if you two would allow me, I have a business with the madame I have to take care of real quick. And, feel free to, peruse the moth's wares. And I bow and
Okay.
back out.
I'm going into my room and
I'm going into the
to
room.
sleep.
I go to turn to talk to him, the door's closed. Alright?
Lavender.
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 Shiny.
I'm sure they got food here. I'm not sure the last time you had anything to eat.
Yeah, I myself want to
I'm
kind
okay.
of peruse around. It's been a while since I've been here, so...
I'm going.
Come on, Shiny!
No, I'm going to my room.
Why?
Aren't you hungry?
No,
It's your first time in a brothel.
I'm
You should
not.
enjoy it.
I'm not interested.
Should we send you anybody?
No.
Alright. Good night, then.
How you go to a brothel and not have
Let's
any
go,
of
Fauna.
the
And I'm
Come on.
going in.
desserts?
I'm
Come
going
on,
into my
Fauna.
room.
Alright.
And here I was thinking to myself I wouldn't get into much worse company than you, but apparently it's happening to me. I mean, you're not terrible.
Thanks, I think. I mean, if you ask me, I'm very excited to be here with you tonight.
What the fuck?
I gotta ask you, how do you plan to do your little ritual in here? Are you gonna go crazy now that you can't do that for a night?
No, of course not. I mean, I
I
got,
almost want to share a room with you. Just so I can see that happen.
I got an itch, but I don't have to itch it
Tell you
every
what.
single night.
We're bunkmates tonight. I'll take the floor, it's alright. I just gotta see this. I'm
Okay.
fascinated.
Okay. Get ready to be.
I also kind of want to watch. It's alright.
I mean, whatever.
I just kind of
Whatever,
see if it's gonna be worth it or not.
whatever floats your boat.
Alright, great.
Okay. Kaz, you've made your way to the Madame's chambers. They're unlocked, and as you come in, you see that she's sitting down. She immediately locked the door.
I locked the door.
You get some right now.
Kaz, you know what we do here. you know what type of business that I run. Not the sex, not the pleasure giving, the real business.
Oh, of course, I know.
There is a... We lost some of our moths tonight, here in the city.
Not a rush, but like, quickly get to her side. What happened?
Death tongues. You know this as a assassination guild, specializing in personnel removal of high nobility status. Also, information brokers, typically within military or government situations.
What are those brutes doing here?
I don't know, but something my moth was onto tipped it off, and they wound up dead. So, this game is getting dangerous, Kaz. I know you have fun, and you like your work, but whatever the situation is with Ventus, I wouldn't be surprised if it has something to do with it. Be on your guard, Kaz.
Well, now this has become a little bit personal. Don't like it when my fellow moths get burned. I believe this individual that we're being sent after has to do with that Bela noble that you have me going after.
I have a feeling that that may have something to do with this as well. And I'm sure you will find out more information from Ventus tomorrow.
Do you have any information I can use for this individual?
For Ventus?
Yes.
Are you looking for leverage? Is that what you want?
Oh, of course. And what else would it be?
Ventus is... well, like I said, he's a prude, almost uncorruptible. If I didn't know any better, he's a eunuch.
How boring.
Now, with that being said, you know my opinion, no man is uncorruptible. There's always a way inside. I know he takes his family's lineage fairly serious. The Merryways aren't exactly doing well in Venalia anymore. Perhaps that could help you out.
Do I know Venalia?
Yes, you know Venalia is a country to the north. It has a very large, massive territory. It is a highly military based country. It is also the home to some of the largest paladin covenants of all of Avendal. It's a very religious country. Typically lawful good, aligned deities.
Okay. Oh, well, the prudish makes sense now from Venalia. Ugh.
Kaz, go play with your thing that you brought home, and then after that, get some rest.
Well, I'll try. Is there anything else, madame?
You may leave.
I curtsy out and I leave.
Okay. Where would you like to go?
We'll search for Faulkner.
Okay. You make your way back to the fall rooms where you encounter Faulkner's room. Faulkner, how are you preparing yourself for Kaz's return?
Also, while he's doing this, I'm in there just talking to him the whole time.
I'm stretching.
You're stretching?
Okay.
I'm just like laying there on the couches. What do you think about the big one? What was his name again? Small Fry?
Small Frost.
Small Frost. What do you think his deal is?
I don't know, he seems like a proper type.
No, it's very, very military.
Oh my, so we are going to be doing this with Jezebel.
Apparently she wants to watch.
Oh yeah, I'm just here to watch.
Oh.
I have to warn you. They call me Little Giant.
I look forward to
They
seeing that.
call you what now?
They call me Little Giant.
You never told me this. Did you just make that up?
Nope.
I think you just made that up.
Well, you and I haven't done anything.
Nor will we, bud.
Right. Well, maybe reserve judgment until after you see.
So how about you take a seat on the bed and I make myself a little bit more comfortable.
Yeah, you got it.
Okay. So,
how much detail you want?
Were you staying in the room?
Yes.
All right. Okay. So,
Post it up.
How this is gonna happen is, Kaz, how aggressive are you going at this?
Well, we'll be rather sensual. I am in the Moss Lantern, and we have a reputation. Lay him onto the bed, and spread his legs a little wide. I'm going to start, gently playing with his lap with my hands. I'm going to walk over to one of the dressers and break out some oils and start giving him a nice massage from his neck down to his shoulders.
Like that, what?
Okay. So, Kaz begins to give you a very sensual treatment.
I hope you can hear it in your room.
Jezebel, you are watching this as this unfolds. Seems rather innocent at first, but then it starts to get spicy. Soon you notice that Kaz begins to perform very heavily on Folder. Things get to become very intimate very quickly.
You have to roll for that too. You can't just.
I'll fucking
You know,
roll.
I'm interested actually.
Are you still staying in the room?
Yeah, of course.
Okay. At this point, you notice Falnar. Could you please give me a perception check?
Just watching with like deep in thought expression.
That would be on 9.
Okay. You are so engrossed in the ecstasy of this event that you are just on cloud 9 at this moment. Kaz is a expert at this, and you are...
Yes! I knew it!
You are falling for hook, line, and sinker. Now that things are about ready to get very serious and very, very intense, notice that Kaz undresses, and you can tell that Kaz has a very well-sized member, and is a man.
Oh.
Or at least has male parts.
I'm just gonna start.
Oh, you think that would stop me?
Okay, so then they continue. And it fades to black there.
Why? Why?
Yes, we're fading to black there.
Chat, petition for full-on graphic detail.
Yeah,
No.
I like this.
None.
Alright, so Jezebel, you watch as Kaz and Falnar perform things you didn't think were possible.
It's called sword fighting.
I've never seen this before. I'm fascinated.
Okay. The night ends there. Jezebel, did you stay in the room all night?
I would imagine that I ended up passing out watching them. I imagine it took a while. Probably passed out, got way too tired.
Give me constitution rolls on both sides.
Saving throws or?
Saving throws.
Yeah.
I imagine you just like sit there like you're watching Netflix or something. Just,
Yeah, after like
You're
2
still
hours, I'm
watching.
like,
why
I
you
gotta...
continue watching?
20.
20?
That is a 21.
All night.
Oh yeah,
All
I'm never
night.
passing out.
Yeah, you passed out.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
God.
You actually woke up after passing out. They were still going.
Whoa, what? What? Like, is this morning now?
Yeah.
Oh, whoa.
It was really early morning. You passed back out. And then by the time you woke up, they're passed out. There's a, it smells like sweat and oil in here.
Probably some other stuff.
Definitely some other stuff.
Alright, so I'm kind of gonna get up, I'm going to examine them both closely, and I'm going to leave.
Okay. They look like they just ran a triathlon. Like,
Yeah, they look pretty horrible.
they're pretty worn out.
Right, I'm gonna like quietly, like slowly.
Kaz, you've been with a lot of men and women, and that was one of the most impressive feats of stamina you've ever seen. Falner, you did not think that you could possibly bend in the ways Kaz made you bend.
So it was
Can't wait for the wedding, guys. So excited.
It was amazing.
Anyways,
you are truly an artist of your profession.
The next morning has arisen. What would the party like to do, since all of you begin to wake up?
As soon as I woke up, I was start going on the doors and waking everybody.
Okay.
I would have went straight down to find food.
All right.
Oh, yes, I'm not gonna get dressed yet. I'm going to stroll down and get myself a nice meal.
Okay.
Well, shiny.
Yes.
I didn't get the chance to say, but I was going to try to stay up for as long as I could.
You just wanted to stay up and not sleep.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Doesn't like to eat, doesn't like to sleep.
We're off to a great start.
So, you stay up as long as you can before you eventually pass out. The rooms were relatively peaceful, so it didn't take very long.
Are you sure about that?
I'm
going to roll for it.
Okay. Roll for
Yes,
it.
question God.
Roll for it.
Challenge his authority.
See, you know, what am I adding that to?
Constitution.
Give me a Constitution save.
Ooh, buddy, that's an 18.
Okay, you stayed up for a few hours and then passed out.
It was going to happen anyway.
You stared at the wall until you just eyes went dry.
That's what I do every night. There's a reason for that, and you are aware of that.
You do that every night?
No, and just, you know, you'll learn. You'll learn. Everybody will learn.
You know we're playing a game though, right?
As you head down to downstairs, you find that the breakfast here is things like fresh fruit, basically juices, breads, things like that. There isn't any real meat or hearty foods. Very light, very delicate foods here.
Cheese?
No cheese. Basically, it's a mixture of bread, grains, and fruits.
I'm gonna load a plate up. It's free, right?
On the house?
Who's
Who
asking for
are you
money?
talking to?
You in general. If I start loading up, does someone ask me for money?
I don't know. There's no one around at the moment.
Oh, then yeah, that's all I need to know. Start loading the plate up.
Okay.
When I come out of the room,
Yeah.
I see all this food.
Yeah, you are bow-legged like a motherfucker, though.
Yeah.
You're walking like a cowboy who just rode into town.
Not the right thing.
I turn around, there's a horse I rode in on.
Jesus fucking Christ.
I'm biting into an apple. Oh, there you are.
Hello.
How are we feeling?
I'm feeling pretty good. How are you?
Oh, that was fantastic. Makes me regret not experimenting with that halfling so long ago.
Right. Can't us out.
I'm going to like slowly sit next to Falner.
Oh, Jezebel, did you enjoy the show?
Well, parts of it, I kind of fell asleep, and then I woke up. You guys were still somehow going at it. And very impressive, by the way. Falner, I have to apologize.
Told you.
Definitely thought you were going to be a small fry.
Told you. Called me Little Giant.
Yeah.
Where's the rest of our friends? Was the...
Oh, Small Frost is already down there.
I'm
He's down there staring at the food.
No, I'm staring at them.
Oh, you're just staring.
I'm getting a bunch of food.
Hey!
Are
Lavende,
we ready to proceed?
Lavende, what are you doing?
I'm going to get up and kind of open the door a little bit, very cautiously,
Okay.
and kind of look down the hallway.
You do not see anybody. You appear to be safe. For now.
Okay. I'm going to go out and kind of walk around. I don't know where I'm going.
Can you please give me an insight check?
Holy shit.
That is a 12. But yeah, I got the 12.
As you walk out into the hallway, you watch as this square, rectangular-like hallway begins to extend. You watch it as it starts to...
I feel like you need to turn on the network.
It begins to rotate,
Not again. Not again.
and you feel your body...
I'm going to fall against the wall to my right.
You can't help it, you're already floating.
Yeah.
Your legs begin to spin
So,
as your feet are now on the ceiling.
wait, this has happened every time. I tried to stay awake, and every time I go to bed, it happens.
You try walking, and it's like moving through quicksand.
Still asleep. This isn't real. This isn't real.
You watch as the ceiling tiles at your feet begin to break off and float up. These square, textile, patterned tiles are floating upwards like falling leaves. And as they float, you watch them spin. And as they spin, you watch as they have faces on them.
Do I recognize the faces?
They're just all horrific. They're all horrific, or they're either happy or sad. Some of them are smiling. Some of them are pouting.
I'm going to try to stop moving, and I'm going to get down in the fetal position.
Okay.
This isn't real. This isn't real.
Okay.
This isn't real.
Meanwhile, I need the party to give me a perception check.
1. Not natural.
3.
14.
Okay. You're all sitting around
16.
looking at the food. As long as anyone got above 5.
Nope.
Nope.
Did everyone get above 5?
No.
These two did. These two did.
Justin and I did not.
You guys did not. Okay. So while you guys are sitting, eating your food, or conversing with each other, you see Smavros and Kaz stop what they're doing and look towards the staircase. And as you guys look towards the staircase, you guys see Lavender on the wall doing this. His face touching the wall and his hands are on it just doing... like he's trying to pass through solid wall.
No. Oh, look, he found drugs.
Oh, so he probably got into the stash here.
Well, as long as he tries something here.
Oh, wait a minute. We don't have drugs in the room. No. Oh, well. That's not good.
Maybe
for someone
clearly
who got-
found some.
Alright, so what do we do? Just leave him there? Let him ride it out?
Of course not. He's gonna scare the customers away.
Lavender, you wake up. You realize you're hugging a wall, smelling it.
Oh, this is just a dream. It happens every time. And I'm gonna look
You hear
around.
that?
You guys see that? Yeah, you see him stop, and he turns and looks towards everyone.
What is that? What it... Hey there, buddy! Hey, how's it going?
You're not a dream, right?
I don't think so.
Well, tell me, was it a powdery substance, or was it something in a liquid form? And,
Clearly, he got hit in the head too hard.
well, that could be a possibility too. So, what did it taste like?
It didn't taste like anything. I didn't have anything. What are you talking about?
Oh, well, I see. Denial is the first step to recovery.
I'm gonna walk away.
Are you getting food?
Yes, I'm going to get fruit.
Now,
and-
apples. You see apples, but you remember apples. Apples are bad
Yeah,
because apples can explode.
they can.
What world do you live in?
I'm going to go up to the table
You
and try
see
to...
that there
wash
are
it.
apples there.
Yeah.
As long
And
as you
I'm
don't
gonna
disturb them, you should be okay.
All good. He's getting his first meal.
I'm
in
going to
probably like
stealth.
20 days.
I'm going to stealth my hand moving around the apples to try to grab something.
Okay.
That is a 17.
Okay. You watch as he moves towards this tray of food. You see him freeze as he sees apples. And then, like, putting his hand through barbed wire, he gingerly avoids the apples.
Hey, Shiny. The apple's not gonna bite you.
And I'm gonna get scared because I'm in concentration. I'm gonna hit an apple. Ah! Ah! Oh no!
What the fuck is this?
And I'm gonna run off, like under a table or something. Get back into this! It's gonna explode!
What's going to
I think
explode?
you mean the apple. Was that why you're trying not to touch it?
The apple!
Alright, bud.
I
Alright.
hate you. You told me this was gonna be completely different. This is not. This is not what I was promised.
And I'm gonna be like this.
I'm gonna go up to the tray of apples. I'm gonna pick one up. Hey, Shiny.
No, don't touch it!
Shiny, watch. Look, I'm holding it. I'm holding it right now. Watch. Start flicking at it. It's alright. Look, nothing's happening.
I'll take him an apple
Watch,
off
watch.
my plate and just toss it over there.
Oh, well.
And I'm gonna run off.
Would you stop
I'm gonna
picking on the poor
I'm
man?
gonna run back to my room.
Would you stop
You watch
picking on
him.
the poor
You watch him,
man?
Home Alone style, run away in fear upstairs, and then you hear a door slam.
Alright, guys, so here's my plan. We ditch him.
Strange one that one is?
Yeah, we just leave him here. There's no way we can work
Oh
with that.
no, he's...
I'm not working with that. He thinks apples explode.
Well, he's a rather interesting individual, but we could use all the help we can get.
Is that help, though?
He's a distraction.
To us? What do you think, big guy?
He could possibly jeopardize the mission.
I'm with him.
Oh, we are such bills here.
But think of it this way. He's that scared of apples. That's great motivation to get him to do things that we need him to do.
Pitch it right now. What are you gonna tell him?
Come get your food, your first meal, for probably 20 days, or else we throw these fucking apples at you.
Wow, brilliant. Love it. It's gonna work right away. Tell you what, why don't you go find him and tell him that?
Lavender, what are you doing in your room?
Team bonding.
I'm just I cast fuck, I forgot the name of this spell. Sorry. Control flame, and I'm just like rocking back and forth.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Okay.
He doesn't seem to be. He doesn't seem to be used to being around this civilization.
Right, and I've seen some shit, okay? Never seen anything like that. Don't know about you three. Not normal.
From what I've seen down here, I don't know if left unattended, he would be able to make it out alive.
Was that our problem, though?
Well, he has an association with the carpenter. He is one of his, employees, from my understanding.
He's his employee.
From the conversation.
I need information from the carpenter.
Yeah, you remember from last night, he was said that he was an employee of Cantho, which was a associative of the carpenter.
And I would know that Cantho's an associate.
Well, yeah, you were told that last night, yeah.
Okay.
And I don't want to do anything that would jeopardize the carpenter from backing out of this deal.
So we agree, we keep the crazy person.
At this point.
Well, someone has to babysit him. It's not going to be me.
Well, I'm going to go freshen up. I'm rather sticky from last night. So, if anyone else wants to join me, the springs are open.
You're probably sticky too.
We should leave as fast as possible to get this done.
Oh, it's still early. And of course, you won't be able to go anywhere without me.
And you haven't eaten yet.
I gotta finish eating.
I haven't started eating. You probably need to eat.
Don't need to eat at this moment.
Why?
Because
Well, you never know that when next time you might have food like this.
In a place like this. I'm gonna sit down and finish eating my food.
All right. So, everyone begins to either finish their food, freshen themselves up, hide in their room.
Carl looks triggered right
Some
now.
substantial time has passed, and now, Smavros, what have you been doing during this time?
Stewing.
You're getting pissed that these individuals are not adequately as prompt as you. Lavende, what would you like to have been doing during this time?
I spent that entire time. About how much internally do I know about how much time has passed?
Give me an insight check.
Interesting question.
That
It's
is
a weird
a
way of saying that.
that's a 17.
Okay. It's probably been about 19 years.
Wait, what? Wait, what?
I think I have. I wonder if they're still. I wonder if they're still out there. They might have left me. Maybe I should leave. Nobody's come to check up on me. I'm going to open the door again and peek out and see if there's anybody there again. It's like I'm doing the same exact thing.
You don't see anything.
I'm going to go out and close the door and go downstairs.
Alright. You head downstairs. You see Smavros is sitting there grumbling to himself as Jezebel and Fulner are maxing on food. You do not see the dark elf that was here earlier.
Would I notice him, like, when he comes down the stairs, or...?
Yeah, you immediately see he pokes his head back out. It's been like 3 minutes.
It's good that you guys are still here. I'm surprised. It's been a long time.
Right, yeah, we decided we should wait for you.
19 years?
Back. 19 years. Wow, alright. Nope. Not at all 19 years. It's been like 3 minutes.
Lavender.
Shiny. Or lavender.
Lavender.
Day.
Are you talking to me?
Yes.
My name's not Lavender.
I have words with you.
You're having words with me right now.
What's your purpose in Bankstead? Belstead.
You mean the Bullstead?
Bullstead.
I'm pretty sure that's where I'm from. From everything?
From Bullstead.
Wait,
No, I didn't say that.
what do you mean pretty sure? You don't know where you're from?
When I was younger, it didn't have a name.
Alright?
Is there war there?
It seems like there's war everywhere now.
There's a lot happening right now.
Do you want to give me You guys can give me a history check
I
on
don't want
Bullstead.
to.
4.
Is the war still going strong?
4?
I've not been there in a long time.
You don't know.
Alright, no, I'm gonna do it.
Well, I'll make my way back down. Alright. I'm dressed in
History, you said?
Yeah. With that, you know that Bullstead is a new country. Bullstead, maybe about 20 plus years ago, it was known as the Freelands. It was an unclaimed territory. It just recently has had a monarchy take power.
I make my way back down, and I am dressed in my proper attire. I have a leather, what looks like a purple vest that's rather revealing around my hips. I have leather pants, high-heeled boots, a rapier to my side, and another, well...
Lavender.
Hey.
Could you take me to Bullstead?
That depends on the carpenter. That's why I was there for the carpenter. I have never been to Bullstead.
I thought
Not
you
really.
said you might be from there.
So,
It's complicated.
are we ready to go?
You're complicated.
Oh, no, not quite. I just finished eating. Now I'm ready to, bathe.
Why don't we just get going? You have plenty. Guys, just.
Hey, wait, you guys.
You're rather, slow.
He
here.
just started eating.
I'm just standing here.
He just came down here.
Vogel or Ruff?
Is there food away from the
It's
apples,
not
or the
my
apples
name.
everywhere?
There is food away from the apples, yes.
I'm gonna go to that
Right,
area.
I will say right now, I think we have wasted a bit of time, so maybe we should listen to the big guy and get going.
Also been there for 19
With
years.
their late night endeavor and their sleep in and your long breakfast and now this waiting, yeah, it's getting close to noon.
Okay. It's getting pretty late, guys. Maybe we should get going.
Well,
Grab
that's what
some-
I just said.
Grab some food for the road, maybe.
If you want to sit here, wait and eat, stuff your faces, fine. But if you want to achieve this mission, then go with me. I'm leaving.
Do you know where Dale Street is?
I know it's on the lid.
You know where the lid's at?
Do I know where? Would I know where it is?
Yeah, you'd be able to find it.
All right, that's
mean, I can-
fine. Let's
I can
just
show
go.
ya.
Let's get our task done.
All right. Well, let's go into the ambassador's quarter.
I suppose so, as I'm eating the food.
Is it an apple?
It's not an apple.
You are eating a nice loaf of bread. Strange. It's weird eating bread that doesn't sing, but
What the fuck is this character?
it is delicious. However, nonetheless.
You guys are lucky.
Is this what you get?
You guys are lucky that you don't hear screams when you eat your bread.
How do you know I don't?
Do you?
I might. Let's trade bread.
Would it stop?
No, this is my bread.
Does it stop you from eating it?
No, it doesn't, because you have to eat, dummy.
We're saying this while we're walking.
Yeah.
I got that.
Yeah, so it's clear now, it's established, he does eat, so why are you so thin?
I don't get to eat very much.
So it doesn't eat.
How do you live if you don't eat very much? What do you live off of?
Whatever I find.
Like mud, dirt, grass?
You can't eat dirt.
What do you mean?
Duh.
What do you mean? What do you mean, like whatever you find? Give me an example.
Berries. And I pull out the fig and I cast a good berry.
Ah.
And then I eat it in front of everybody.
Good berries are good.
They are good.
Good berries have always been good.
They are always good to me.
They are always very good to you.
Oh,
And I'm saying this in character.
Did they look? It's a fake, right?
That's an impressive little trick you got there. What else can you do?
Wait, did anything change?
Produce flame.
He pulled.
Did we see that or nothing happened?
Nothing happened. It's a fig.
Yeah, he said pick out fucking good berries popped
No,
in
he
it.
said
That was
he
just in his
cast
head?
Yeah.
So that didn't actually happen.
You didn't see anything happen, but he did pull a berry out.
And he casted good berries on the fig.
But I also have fire in my hand now.
Yes, you do.
Do you actually have fire in your hand?
I do have fire in my hand. Do you want to touch?
I don't know what the fuck's going on. Does he actually have fire in his
Yes,
hand
he
or
does.
what? Okay. No, don't want to touch that. It's cool though.
No, it's hot. It's fire.
Yep. It's nice. It's nice. Yeah, get that out of my face, please.
Oh.
Right.
Fire's good. It keeps you warm.
How old are you, did you say?
What year is it?
He was gone 4 minutes and came back 19 years later.
Oh, no, it was true!
Not reliable.
Oh, I thought that was a joke. It feels like forever. Time is different, okay?
Why
To you, how old are you?
What year is it?
Oh, well, it's 5219 still.
Script.
I was gone for like 10 years. How old was I when I left?
What is this? What is this?
Oh, it's hard to remember sometimes.
You all, as this conversation is going on, you find your way to the ambassador's quarters.
So, we're looking for Fenter's merry way? He's on Dane Street.
Both of you know where Dane Street is. It's where, like I said, Aronia doesn't have a monarchy. There is no royal family. There is no nobles of Aronia. However, there are politicians, and there are individuals that run the country through coin, currency. The banks and the gangs essentially run this country. Dane Street is the street where most of the politicians reside.
Well, a little information on our particular, target. He's from Vanilla. Are you familiar?
Everyone here besides Lavender, is fairly familiar with what Venalia is. You actually know Venalia is where a lot of paladins and clerics of Tempest come from. In fact, some of the individuals that you have trained under.
Venalia.
Venalia. Not
Veneria. Let's
not-
stick with that one.
Do not say Veneria.
Venereal.
Venelia? Wait, was it?
Vanilla.
Venalia.
Venalia.
We're close to venereal.
No ice. Venereal, same thing.
Pretty much. To me, it's all the same.
I am, yes, familiar with.
Oh, well, he's, obviously a prudish type, so there's no charming him, unfortunately. So, but
Not even you.
did find out that he's, his family's in a particular financial issue. So, maybe we can delve a little deeper and get a little leverage over this individual.
How do you suppose?
Well, there's money talks in Gutterport. I'm going to proceed to try to find a information fence in Gutterport that I would know of. Is there a particular role that I can roll for that?
What type of fence are you looking for? Like stolen wares?
No, an information broker.
Okay.
Possibly?
You know there wouldn't be anything on the lid.
Nothing on the
That
lid.
would be
That
all
on
down the
lower
shelves.
Okay. Okay. Alrighty. We'll just proceed to go down to Dane Street.
You guys are on Dane Street already.
Okay.
Where do we go from here, guys?
What if we went around asking about Fentis?
I want to do a.
Is there there will be post around in this. Will there be post at all? Like
Depends. There would be a courier that would work here.
would I be able to know where they get the mail from? Where it all accumulates at to deliver it?
On the lid, yeah, they have the couriers dispatch mail or messages daily. That's all comes from a different portion of the town. Not in this area, though.
Did you know Mary Way?
Can I find a coin exchange?
No, can't say I did.
Also in a different part of the
Never
town.
heard of
Different part of this.
Yeah, that'd be in the
Well, you're
market
not
square.
really from around here, are you? You've never been here before, right?
it. Not. I've traveled a great
So
distance.
where you're at right now is mainly suites
From where?
and
My homeland
government
is
buildings.
in the country.
Government buildings?
yeah, these are all like government buildings.
Zakund.
Zakund.
Zakund?
Do I know where that is?
Zakund?
Zakund.
Yes. Zakund is a country to the southeast. And yes, you have been there. It borders the Dead Sea, essentially. Been there a few times. It's kind of a wasteland, a little bit of a shithole. Nothing really worthwhile there.
What do you do for fun back home? Just curious. Do you do things for fun? Oh, okay. Alright.
There is no fun.
I would assume that there's a place that a lot of the individuals from this quarter like to congregate and socialize.
Yes.
Okay. Where would that be?
Okay. Go ahead and give me an insight check.
All right.
Also going, I'm gonna keep my eye out for a courier too.
Natural 20.
Natural 20. Okay. You know, because of your time with Madame Moth, that these individuals that work in this establishment have a lot of coin. Most of them are fairly wealthy, so it made sense to know where they liked to hang their hats, essentially. You know that there's a few, they're not taverns, they're more of like country clubs. So there are places with recreational activities, a few places for food and drink, and mostly just political back-talking to each other.
Okay. Well, there is a particular, club that these individuals like to stay at. Maybe we can find some information there where we can find Fentis Merry Way.
Yeah, it's known as the Pale Horse.
Do we know what he looks like?
Well, I've never met this individual, but we could probably find our friend at the Pale Horse. Though, unfortunately, as I scan the group, we might have to find a way in the servants' quarters.
Yeah, it's also definitely a club that you need an invitation to be in.
Do you think that's what's gonna work? I have a plan B, hopefully.
Alright. Start heading towards the Pale Horse.
Okay. It's in this quarter. It doesn't take very long. You guys arrive at the Pale Horse.
Okay, I want to do can I do a perception check to find a servant's entrance?
You can.
Alright.
I'm gonna try and make this a little bit easier for our odds, and I'm gonna stay out of this one. I'll just stay outside, keep posted out here.
3.
A 3.
What is an aristocrat?
So
Very
you
rich,
know
pompous douchebag.
that there is a servant's quarters for this part, or entrance. However, the staff is fairly minimal. It would be very obvious if 4 to 5 new staff members just showed up.
I see. Well, I'm going to go to the group. Well, I don't believe all of us will be able to make it in there. You might...
Shiny can stay with me.
You might get lost. And,
But I'm right here. What do you mean I lost?
Don't worry about
that's
it.
fine. And,
okay.
unfortunately, you're rather big and noticeable. So, it leaves just you and I believe so.
Looks like I'm your man.
Indeed. Going to use my disguise kit and
Oh, that's not a bad idea.
make a makeshift servant's disguise.
I think I'll do the same.
Disguise kids.
Okay.
I'll do the same.
While you're in there, we'll ask around.
Both of you give me deception checks, please.
Fantastic.
Jesus Christ. 7.
That is
That's my
a
4th time I rolled it.
9.
You know what's funny is my trait makes it so I can reroll.
Both of you manage to get your disguise kits. You pull out some fabric, make it look like you guys are wearing aprons, walk in, trying to give off the facade that you are a servant of the Pale Horse. You end up walking through what looks like a kitchen entrance, or back kitchen entrance. You immediately can smell food, drink that's being served here at the establishment. You're now in the kitchen. Where would you like to go?
I'm going to pick up a tray of food
Okay.
and begin to walk around with it as I was going to serve it. I'm going to go to either a main cook or someone who is delegating orders, and I'm going to walk up with haste and I'm sorry, sir. I believe there's a nobleman that's looking for the order, and I can't find him. I'm sorry. It's my first day. Fentus Merryway. Where can I find this individual?
I'm sorry. What? Could you please give me a persuasion check?
Persuasion. That's a 9.
All right. Calm down. You're new?
Yes, I'm sorry. It's my first day.
Okay. All right. I don't know the names of these people here. If you're looking for a noble, maybe ask one of his friends out there. I don't know.
Oh, thank you. And I walk out.
Okay. What are you doing, Faulkner?
Doing kind of the same thing, but with a tray of drinks.
Fentus Merryway. Anyone seen Fentus Merryway?
Just going up.
I'm
just
Are you out in the crowd?
I'm out in the crowd, and I'm listening for conversations, especially listening for any mention of.
You immediately feel your tray getting lighter as people are grabbing your drinks.
Very good.
You see this individual turning over and looking over there.
Now, Cravoy is a relatively barbaric country, if you ask me. I don't think that we really need to worry about them grunts really causing any problems here in Aronia. I'm sorry, are you listening?
No, are you done with your drink? Would you like another?
I took a single drink out of this.
Looks like you
Are
did.
you rushing me with my beverage?
Would you like another? Maybe
He
don't.
throws it in your face.
Shiny, get in there.
That was uncalled for.
I will have your job. Now leave me.
Sorry, sir.
I want to roll a perception check.
Okay.
And I'm listening around the room for any keywords like Vanalia, anything involving our target.
Okay.
God damn it. 5.
You do not hear anything involving Vanalia or Fentis.
Okay. I'm going to do 1 pass over. If I don't hear anything, I'm just going to leave.
Okay. You notice that, Fulner, you're approached by what looks like someone wearing a servant's uniform.
I have just received a complaint. I have received a complaint about you.
About me?
About you. You're going to make me lose my job.
Who complained?
Who hired you? You need to tell me who hired you so I can find them and slap them so hard. Why?
Listen, I think that.
Why?
I think that
I
there's
have
been
children.
a misunderstanding. Now, who had something to complain about? I've just been given drinks.
You're soaked in our own liquor.
I was thirsty.
Soaked in it.
I was thirsty.
I need you. Get out of my sight. Now.
Oh.
That's how. Go.
Fine, I can see when I'm not wanting. I just dropped the tray.
You hear a crash and glass shattering
Make sure you clean that up.
as you see Fulner leaving. The individual. He begins to just almost have a mental breakdown as you drop mic and exit stage left.
Okay. As this is going on, I'm kind of just blending into the chaos.
Okay.
Once everything's decided, I'm going to do one last perception.
Go ahead.
10.
You do not hear anything involving Vanalia or Fentis.
Okay, I leave.
All right, you leave. As you do, you hear people going on like, I have never seen anything so appalling and horrid as such as this here. Can you believe this? Where do they hire these children?
Alright.
I'm waiting for him to come out.
Okay, so I'm going to walk back to the group.
Yeah.
Well, do we get to do what we were doing while they were doing all that shit?
Yeah, what were you guys just standing outside chilling?
Yeah.
No.
I would be keeping an eye out for a courier.
What would Smallbross be doing?
Okay.
Small Ross would be going up to individuals that he saw on the street
Okay.
and asking them if they knew Fentis Merryway.
What type of, are you looking for a particular type or just anybody?
It's everyone
Okay.
in Small Ross's charm.
Okay, all right. You approach someone. Person seems to be wearing nice, regal-looking clothing. It's a vest. Looks like frilled arms. It's a blue shirt, with a red undercoat. Slacks, high waist. Excuse me. Can you do you need some assistance?
I am looking for Fentis Merryway.
Oh,
Do you know where I can find him?
Suite 83.
Yes, top floor. That's where his office is.
Thank you. Tempest be praised.
That's all right. Very well. Very well.
Wow,
I
first
walk
one,
back
huh?
to the group.
Nice. Lucky you.
You scored
like the
high
DM
on
gave
that,
up
so
on
I
everything.
rolled a random person. This place is filled with politicians, so
I found Fentis.
Are you sure about that?
Yes.
Are we back?
Spent so long.
you guys watch as Fallner comes back out. His face is soaked in some sort of liquid,
All labels produce no fruit.
and about 3 minutes later, you guys watch as Kaz comes out.
Was it withered?
Well, no, it was a rather dead end.
Well, we
We tried, I suppose.
big guy over here found what we're looking for.
I know
So
where Fentis is.
Oh, well
We
done.
can find it.
Good job.
Where's he at?
He is at the building that man pointed at.
Which
I'm going to point at
he
the
didn't
building.
say. He didn't point. He said a building.
He said a building.
What?
Oh.
Where did he say it was?
It was. Can I use my insight to try to remember what it was?
This time I will let you do an insight check. Next time I will not.
This game is on you, buddy.
$14.
Sweet 83.
He's in Suite 83.
Which floor?
oh, that was a trap.
He's in Suite 83.
All right, and then where do we go once we get there?
Okay, there's several levels to these buildings.
When we get there, we will ask someone.
Maybe they have like a directory or something.
Solid plan.
Stick with me. I will guide you to Fentis. We will get our information we need. Then I will be on my way.
All right.
Lead the way, Small for us.
I would, but I don't know where Suite 83 is.
Would I know where it is?
Yes.
I'll start leading them that way.
I'm
Follow
just
me,
gonna look
boys.
around confused, like, I don't understand.
You guys
the
end up making your
interaction.
way to Suite 83. Buildings do have directories on the inside of them. Most of these are office buildings, have personal offices. You look on there, you see that Merryweather has an office on the top floor.
Hey, Shiny, come here.
What?
Do you know how to read?
I'm going to go up and read it.
All right.
You read it,
Yeah, you read it accurately.
correct?
All right, I just wanted to see. All right,
I know how to read.
I just had to check. Okay, so I'm gonna lead them.
Okay.
Yeah, we
Does
go to
she
the
think I know how
stairs.
to read?
Follow Jezebel.
We go to the stairs.
Following Jeze.
Following.
I follow.
So we
You guys make your way up to the top stairs. You finally get to Merryway's apartment.
All right, so what's our plan here? What are we
I
doing?
go up
I'm gonna
and
knock.
I knock on the door. Oh, where are you gonna
Oh,
do it?
well, no. All
We
right.
can knock together.
Are we okay? What are we? What? All right.
Are we doing this together? I'm not used to having parties that are alive.
What?
Knock, knock.
I'm gonna knock after I said that.
What?
Okay.
What did he just say?
You just, what?
You guys knock on the door. You hear a pause, and then you hear a, come in.
I open the door.
I'm glad you did that. I wasn't going to do that.
You open the door, and you see an individual sitting behind a desk. He stares with this blank, almost concerned or confused look on his face. He has clean shaved, blue eyes, very pale skin, black hair down to his just below his ears. It's swept back. He's wearing a tight black vest with black undercoat, intricate filigree and buttons all over the vest, and you can tell that he's clearly someone that has money. The office itself looks as though it's someone who has a lot of coin. I'm sorry, I didn't remember having an appointment with anyone.
Fentis, I believe you can help us.
I'm going to take a shot in the dark here and say that you were the group that the carpenter said would be here in the morning and are very, very late.
We are that very group.
Oh, yes.
That will be us.
Please come in, sit down.
We were delayed.
I'm going to slide in to the room.
I didn't know.
You notice
I was
that
next
he
to him.
pulls
I was-
out a pipe.
What the fuck was that?
Magic.
Taking a lot of drags from that buddy. Are we just going to watch you do this?
Is that kind of how it looked what you did before you started tripping out today? You smoke out pipe kind of like that?
Smoke?
Fauna had a pint last night.
it wasn't smoking. It was another way.
What are you talking about?
All right.
We'll talk about later.
I'm sorry. I normally have my appointments all scheduled out for the day, and the fact that all of you are relatively late makes things more complicated, but I'm sure you all understand where I'm coming from with
Just
this.
slowly looking over at Small Ross, see if he looks angry.
He does.
To be fair, he always looks angry.
So, as far as our business for the carpenter,
Right. Did you lock the door?
I get up, go to the door, and I lock it.
Ah, this blasted Westhold tobacco just doesn't work. How long have all of you known the carpenter?
I don't believe any of us really
I'm
know
assuming
him.
you all only know him by the carpenter, correct?
Oh,
I
yes.
suppose so. I think that's accurate.
We have known him about as long as we've known each other, which is roughly
19 years.
In 3
12
minutes.
hours.
I'm pretty sure I was in that room for 19 years.
We really need to have a talk about this later.
I just like staring at it.
I think that charlatan screwed me on this tobacco. Well, I'll have to deal with that later. Either way, no, the business with the carpenter is going to be relatively easy for all of you. Where are all of you from?
Oh, well.
Does that have to do with the information that we need?
It does, very much so. Hopefully none of you are all from Westhold, I would hope.
I don't know what that is.
Not from Westhold.
Oh, you can say I'm a native here.
I'm not from Westhold.
Good, if you're a native then to Gutterport or Aronia itself, then this will be relatively pleasant for you. You see, there is a war that's brewing in the north.
Oh, that perks him up right away.
Yes, war.
But there's war up there? I think I'm supposed to go up there.
Up in the north, Cravoy is currently at war with Bolstead. Or at least the fires of it are starting, at least.
What about the Bolstead? That's where I'm supposed to go.
Bolstead, starting small skirmishes and territory border wars with Cravoy.
Who is the leader of Bolstead?
It's
What?
relatively a young king, I believe. But Bolstead and Cravoy is not the issue. The issue here is Venalia.
What
See,
of Venalia?
they are my... Well, I'm from Venalia. It's my home country.
As I've heard.
Currently, they do not wish to partake in the war. This is problematic for Bolstead. Bolstead needs Venalia to, well, engage in some sort of faction war if they wish to have any chance of beating Kravoy. You see, no one has ever managed to infiltrate or siege Kravoy. It just hasn't ever been done. I'm sure you're all wondering how any of this has anything to do with all of you.
Yes, I'm wondering that.
Very much so.
Becoming rather lost in this affair, so.
Mm-hmm. Venalia has a treaty. It's not just any treaty. It's a prophecy.
Prophecy.
Any of you here know how Venalia started?
Can't say I have.
That was really weird.
That matched right
That
with
was
the
with the music. That was weird. That was really weird.
You gotta take care of it, didn't you? Battery died. Continue.
Did it die?
Yes.
Oh.
It's not plugged in.
That's it was on battery.
Ooh, that's bright.
You're gonna flip it, bud.
Where's the cord for it?
There's no cord. Just continue.
Oh.
Cord's not here.
Cord was never here.
Cord doesn't exist in this world. We don't live off electricity.
Maybe put it on the desk. If we shrink it down, can it go on the
Put it on the what?
on the table or yeah, if you can get closer. That looks
That's fine.
Yeah. Lighting.
You see, Venalia started a long time ago. Used to be a contested country. Not everyone in Venalia was, well, human. In fact, there were a large amount of orcs that had a resident, there in the country. The place was also infested with hobgoblins. If it wasn't for the orc tribes, the ancestors of the Venalian forces would have never gotten a foothold. When it came time to separate the lands and give out what they owed, well, that's when Venalia decided that they weren't going to uphold their end of the bargain. There was a chief named Gallic the Grey. He was supposed to be the first king of Venalia. Something that was not given to him. What did they do? Well, they gave him a swift death, a shallow grave. They skinned him. Turned that skin into a piece, an offering to Tempest. Gallic himself was a worshipper of Tempest. He foretold before his death that their betrayal would one day lead to their destruction.
Your story hits a little too close for home.
I thought it might have something that would ring with you.
So what does all this have to do with us?
That piece, that map, is currently on its way out of Gutterport. Now, since you have all arrived so late, I don't even know if you have enough time to do this. But I'm sure if you rush, you may have enough time. Outside Northport.
Outside Northport.
That's where you'll find it. There's a caravan. It has the map.
Can you tell us anything else about the caravan? I stand up.
Yes. It's under the guise as a trader caravan, but it's actually Benalian forces.
Are there any markings or anything like that on it so we can find it?
Caravan, blue top, white wagon.
Do you know of any paladins that might be traveling with them?
I am unaware, but I'm sure it is probably guarded. The pickup apparently happened this morning here in Gutterport. I was hoping to have you all intercepted this morning, but again, you were all late. So, if you'd like, if you think you have time, I suggest you hurry.
I'm leaving.
I thought I leave also.
I'm going up to him.
On the hot hustle.
I'm going up to him. Before I get out of here, do you know the name Bolly?
I'm sorry, what?
Bolly, last name.
The late King Bully?
Okay. And I'm leaving.
Who are you?
Checkpoint achieved.
Why are you?
Okay.
Skip dialogue. Just checkpoint.
Strange. Very strange. So, the party ends up leaving. You rush your way out of Suite 83, heading down the stairs, out into the ambassador's quarter. Where are you all going?
Heading towards out the
President.
Northport.
Do you know where Northport is?
Indeed I do.
Are you fast?
I am.
Then let's hurry.
Alright, boys, keep up. Follow me. I'm gonna run
Oh,
off.
I got no problem keeping it up.
Do I know any shortcuts that could get us there faster?
Well, they're taking the road. Yeah, there is a shortcut, but it would require you going through swampland.
I see.
I've already run off.
Okay. I follow.
Okay. You guys vacate Gutterport, exiting through Northport. You find the trail that'll eventually lead to Gold's Road. As you leave, crowds begin to disperse. Busy traffic slows down. Soon you all find yourself in open country. The small streams and rivers that off-branch from the massive Utgrad River, they've made this land saturated with water. This place is essentially floating wetlands. Thankfully for you, the caravan's moving through here. It makes traveling by wagon very difficult. Wheels sink deep in this soil. Takes a while to get through the mud. You guys all traveling on foot?
What is?
Yeah.
Is it like swampland or like forest?
Swampland.
Swamp. Okay.
So hold up, we've left Gutterport.
Yeah, you guys took off.
And the tracks are well enough to track.
You guys are on the main road, which is what they would have taken. They couldn't go anywhere else other than this main road. There's no way a wagon would get through this.
I'm just going to keep going.
Yeah, we're gonna continue push.
I'm gonna need a athletics checks from every single person.
That is a
22.
19.
11.
3.
11.
22?
22.
11, 3.
11.
19.
Okay, Kaz, Smavros, both of you take off with good footway. Jez not doing so hot. As the group begins to take off, they are really booking it. You begin to fall behind a little bit. You guys notice that she is falling behind. You wait up or keep going?
How much
I'm
do you
gonna
weigh?
motion. I'm gonna motion. Just.
Wait, how much do you weigh?
I believe 120.
I could pick her up, right?
You can try.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to pick her up and just carry her over my shoulder.
Oh my. All right. Well, I won't argue
Too
that.
slow.
Oh. Well. All right.
Okay, give me an athletics check.
Seven.
Okay. He picks you up, no problem, and as he begins to run, he's not running much faster than if you were just...
I don't think this is working out the way you want it to, so just pop me down and I'll go ahead and pick up where we left off.
Then go faster.
Oh, okay. I'll do my best there.
I put her down. Continue.
This dice
Is
is
it rather
shit
dark out, too?
tonight.
No.
Oh, no,
It's probably about midday.
It's all like under 10. Stop touching my stuff.
Don't touch your stuff.
Now, you guys basically move at double time for about 20 minutes. 20, 30 minutes getting out of the city. Now,
Y'all are gonna use all your critical charges, man.
okay,
don't know
what
something.
are we rolling for?
Just
I'm not rolling for it. I'm checking my dice.
There's something wrong with me. Oh my god.
Just move on from it. We're
All
playing.
right. Can I get perception checks from everybody?
That is a 24.
13.
10.
That's
12.
14.
24.
24.
Yes.
Okay, Lavender. You notice it if in the distance. It's pretty far away still, but you see a plume of smoke. Thick smoke. It's dark smoke
So it's like above the.
above the tree line.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think we're getting close to something, and I point up to the smoke.
Okay.
So if we go
You
that
all
way.
see it in the distance. There seems to be some sort of plume of smoke.
About how far away does it look? Do you have any reference?
I would say maybe a little more than half a mile.
Half a mile?
A little more than half a mile.
That's up three and a half more minutes of running.
Oh, wow. Does it look like a campfire or does it look like...
No, it's big. It's big.
That's not good. We probably should hurry. Start running.
Okay. As you all make your way, following the road, for about 4 minutes, running, you come across what looks like the scene of some sort of wreck, altercation. You can see where tracks in the road have veered off into the swamp. See where the smoke plume is coming from deeper within the swamp.
So there's tracks leading to it, the wreckage.
You saw tracks go off the road.
Do they look humanoid?
Yeah, that's
They're
right.
wagon tracks.
Oh,
So what?
Visibel, do you know anything about these swamps? You said you're from here.
I'm not. No, I didn't say that.
Did you not?
No, I've been here, not from
Which
here.
one of you was from here?
That one?
would be me.
Be cast.
You.
Yes.
What do you know of these swamps?
Well, let me think about it really quick. Well, what do I know?
I'm going to move.
You know that the swamps are essentially, I mean, they're pretty much uninhabited. They're massive wetlands that you really can't build on top of, or you can't have any solid roads through them. You know that they're filled with bandits. A lot of bandits like to hang out in the swamps. The ones that typically aren't good enough to do anything in Gutterport.
Well, the only thing we really have to worry about is, well, bandits and well-equipped ones that can survive in the lower shelves. So, if any sort of confrontation, it'd probably be that. So, I'll be wary.
Would bandits be able to take down a caravan to push them into the swamp?
I'm not entirely sure. Let's find out. Then I start
I'm
walking
going
into
to.
the swamp.
I'm going to follow stealthily.
Okay. Follow as well.
Yeah.
Alright.
I'm following.
Well,
Everyone follows the. Everyone follows the tracks into the swamp. As you do, you begin to see where the smoke plume is coming from. You also start to see bodies. Soldiers. You see that they are wearing the royal crest of Analia. The main wagon appears to be destroyed, on fire.
I'm going to roll a stealth roll.
Okay.
That's a 9.
At this point, you're probably about knee deep in swamp water.
I'm gonna approach the bodies.
Okay. Some of them appear to be floating, some of them are stuck in the mud.
Do any of them seem like they're alive or show any signs of life?
No, they're dead.
Have they been dead for very long?
Give me a medicine check. Or survival, whichever one you want.
I'm going to go up to check
23.
wounds too.
Okay. Medicine.
Whichever will do.
You can tell that they've been dead for probably about 3 to 4 hours.
Looking at
They've
the.
been dead for a few hours.
I'm going to look at the go to the nearest body and look at the wounds. I got the 8 on that. Just like whichever one is floating closest. to me.
Physical trauma. You don't know what it was though.
The caravan, is that you said the caravan was there?
Yeah, it's on. It's not a blaze. It's like in smoldering.
But it's like burnt. Is there?
Yeah, it's burnt.
So we can't like see if there's anything in there or anything like that, or.
Looks like there's bodies that were in there.
Can I do it? Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
I was going to do an investigation roll.
Sure.
That's 15.
15. Okay. You what is Falner and Jezebel doing?
Watching.
Okay.
I would have been looking over at the wagon.
With you taking some time to investigate, you are looking through the wreckage, looking at the bodies. Something's feeling off. That is when you see one body in particular stands out. There's a corpse that appears to be propped up against a tree. As you approach it, it appears that they died from some sort of abdominal wound. You can see that they are lying there rather peacefully. They're up to their belly. in swamp water. Their hand is on their stomach, the other one at their side. Their head is back against the tree itself. As you wade your way up and look at the body, give me a knowledge history check.
Okay. 17.
Okay. Your eyes widen as you realize that the body lying against this tree is Prince Orin Proudheart of Venalia. And that is when you hear,
There they are! There's the backstabbing traitors!
you turn and you look as approaching you from the path that you all took. You see Aronian forces coming down on you, weapons drawn.
We need to go.
And that is where we're going to end tonight.
Need to go? As in retreat? Ooh. Ugh. That's the
If
thing.
we run, we are guilty.
That's something that we don't do. Oh.
We are guilty.
So, everyone, thank you all for coming and joining us for our episode 1 of our new campaign. Hopefully you all enjoyed it. And I believe our next game will be not
Sunday.
Is it next Sunday?
Yeah, because you guys are going to be here.
Right. Okay, so next Sunday we'll
Whatever
definitely have one
it
for next
is.
Sunday. But then we will be taking a break. So,
We will?
well, we're taking a break for Vampire, right?
Right.
And
For holiday.
for the holiday.
We're taking a break from here, too. From Death Attack.
I would imagine we need to get everything,
Okay.
ready for both
Right.
for both things.
You're the boss, man. Like,
Okay. So
don't ask me.
we'll post it in the Discord. We'll
Yeah,
post it
yeah.
on whichever one we're doing. But anyways, thank you all for coming in, and we will be here tomorrow for our season 1 finale for Chicago by Night.
You'll never guess who dies.
Oh, shit.
But until next time, remember, the best time to tell stories is whenever it's
Swear to God, Justin.
This is gonna do it. Don't do it, Justin. Hold it in.
near dark.
You did very well.